Sorry about the delay. Welcome, I'm Tom. Welcome to Seven-Sided Dice, Fear the Dark, Dungeons and Dragons campaign using the Shadowdark role-playing game system. We're a group of gamers who get together in real life to play Dungeons and Dragons. Some of us are military, others are CAD designers, coders, and in IT. Still others are business owners and tradesmen. So we're parents, students, etc. So we do this strictly for fun. We hope you enjoy it nonetheless. There were quite a few thank yous in our open, except one. You, our Twitch, Facebook, and Kick followers, and our X followers, and our YouTube subscribers. Thank you for joining us. If you have not already, please follow on X, Twitch, and Kick. Please like on Facebook and YouTube, and please subscribe on YouTube. If during the stream you follow on Twitch, or if you subscribe on YouTube, your username will pop up on the screen. To all of our subscribers and followers, thank you. I'm just stumbling through things here tonight. Let's jump right in. Welcome back, Champions of the Dark. I wish you good times, great rolls, and happy adventuring. Before we ask the role play question, what happened last week?
Reiner, please.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to see if...
Go for it, Reiner.
Well, last week, the group was in a tavern, and they encountered yours truly, the inimitable Artisha, before making their way out of the town towards the city of Silverleaf. Along the road to Silverleaf, through the I forget what the blue forest is called. We had taken a carriage, hired a cart, and well, we kind of stumbled into an ambush that wasn't even meant for us. Minotaurs and goblins attacking what we later learned was a royal carriage carrying the I believe the younger brother of the Princess of Silverleaf. We successfully drove off the ambush, though at the cost of the two guards who were assigned to the prince's carriage, escorted the carriage back to his home city, and were greeted by the revelation that a representative of Argyle was already there, and seemed quite surprised that the carriage had made it, based on what I at least picked up. We have been offered the hospitality of the princess and the Argyle ambassador comped our stay at one of the city's nicer inns, and from there we were left off to figure out how we want to proceed in the city along our course towards Annandale.
Okay. Yep. Let me just throw out some things that are kind of going on to kind of... You guys started the campaign up pre-campaign rather, down in Eldoria, and made your way up to Point to Depart. Outside of Point to Depart, you explored some caverns where you found goblins. Kind of unusual, if you recall. The goblins are not up and around in this area at all, and yet you found goblins in a cavern near Point to Depart. You fought them off, and you discovered an amorphous, tentacled, multi-eyed creature called Grimox. You ran from Grimox, and then you continued north up towards Silverleaf. On the road, you were in the Silverleaf forest, and what you fought were goblins and Boscari, bull-like men. And similar to outside of Point to Depart, goblins and Boscari are not from around this area. This is not some 5e menagerie where there's every type of ancestry or species, and amazingly they all get along like some kind of strange conglomeration. No, these are not that you wouldn't necessarily get along with goblins or necessarily with Boskari, but it was unusual to find them there. You did make your way up. It is still cold. It is the fourth sun up to sundown day of the campaign. It is the 24th of frost. If you recall, there are 4 80-day months in each year. And so it is cold and it is snowing. So we'll jump into what it was called the role play question there. And the question was, we'll start with you, Reiner. How does your character feel about magic? Does it inspire awe, fear, or envy? Or something else?
Magic is a tool, as any tool. It is something that can be used to harm or to heal, to reveal or to hide. Quite simply, what I feel about magic is utterly ancillary. What matters is what it is doing, and whether it is causing me difficulties.
Okay, good stuff. James, how does Woodpecker feel about magic? Does it inspire awe, fear, envy, or something else? Indifference?
Neither of those. So it's more of a same thing as a tool. He until he met some of his companions that were able to practice magic, he didn't know that was really anything about it. He can disappear, become invisible, but to him it was like breathing. He didn't see it as magic, even though some people believe it's magic. It was like to him just like normal day. He thought everybody can do it because where he grew up, everybody could do it. So, but he didn't know magic was really anything special or existed until he met his companions and he saw that Seminole was able to do magic, and he found it strange, but yet he found it that it was useful in situations where things went awry. So he's neither envious, he doesn't understand how he does it, but he figures he does it similar to the way he disappeared, just it's within him. He doesn't know if it's learned or whatever.
Okay, very cool. Kevin, Cyaxares.
Magic. Interest? Sure. High suspicion? Definite. Magic? The interest in magic is only to defend against it. Too many people do nothing but strive for greater magic, greater power, more, learn more magic, give me more this, more that, give me more magic. Almost like you could say about the modern world's money. They just strive for magic and will start doing anything for it. And the interest Cyaxares has in magic is to identify that before it's used against him.
Okay. Brian, YOLO.
YOLO sees magic as a gift from the gods. Magic exists. It simply does. So to fear it, to fight it, to be combative of it would be a waste of time. It exists. So why not embrace the gods? Why not embrace the magic and learn to be one with it?
Very, very cool, guys. You are just leaving the... I'm trying not to throw them at you. You're just leaving the citadel of Silverleaf. And the The Baron, the ambassador, accompanies you down toward the inn. They bring you down in some carriages, and they set you up. Yes, this is a very, very, very nice inn. You will be very comfortable here, and we will take care of everything. You see the name. The name of the inn is Inn de la Basse Noblesse. You go in.
Yeah. And the ambassador himself, is the one that brought us here.
He didn't personally.
Oh,
he's,
okay.
He's with the people.
Okay.
Some soldiers brought you down here. Some of the
Okay.
princess guards.
Okay.
Some
got
of her guards. He
Okay.
did accompany them.
it. Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if it was addressed last time, but I will ask, hey, well, where can we get accommodations for our horse and carriage?
Oh, we will take care of all of that. Okay. Yes, we will be taken care of. We will put them up here.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Your hospitality is greatly appreciated, sir.
You did save the prince, sir.
We were merely fortunate to be in the right place at the right time.
Well, then I guess that was very fortuitous. Indeed. Yes, your horses will be ready. They will be taken care of, and they will be ready to go first thing tomorrow.
It's nighttime right now, right?
It's late in the afternoon.
Late now.
So-
I say, is there? I have a question before we do enter the inn. Maybe you can give us some guidance. Is there somewhere where we have some silver that I want to exchange? Maybe for some gold. Is there a place we can do that around here?
Silver for gold?
Yes.
It's very unusual. And what would you do with the gold?
It's easier to transport than silver. Or is there a jeweler I can buy some gems with some silver here?
There are lots of jewelers in town.
There is. Okay.
I don't know about buying gems, but there are lots of jewelers and very, very fine jewelers. Some of the most beautiful jewelry.
What about
you'll find
anybody who
around.
deals in gems around here?
I don't know about gems, no. I don't personally, about soiling myself with worrying about exchanging cash.
And is there weaponry? As
I'm
blacksmith?
sure there are armories all about. Enjoy the city. And
But can you guide us to where they are?
well,
specifically?
perhaps the innkeeper could
Okay.
better take care of those sorts
Okay.
of things than ambassador from the Argyle Empire, the Argyle Dominion. Yes.
In case I want to get something from the carriage, where's the horse going to be stored?
It's going to be, I think the innkeeper will take care of it. It will be around the back,
Okay,
probably.
very good,
But
thank you.
the innkeeper will definitely be able to help you
Okay.
out. Well, I might as well just bring you in, just to follow me. And the ambassador just literally kind of beneath himself goes over and opens the door and says, please go in. You go inside, you find yourself inside a very clean, comfortable inn. It doesn't look like a roadside inn, if you will, but it still has that distinct sense that you're not in some hoity-toity location. You're in a comfortable inn in a very, very large city. He goes up to an innkeeper. You see an elf, and he starts to talk to another elf, and he motions to you four. There was at least two more in your party, and of course they're taken care of as well, assuming they're back at the next session. And before you leave, if you don't leave, then and he says, the innkeeper, espion infiltre will take care of all of your needs.
Thank you for your hospitality. We will no longer bother you.
Thank you. Okay. You guys are inside. The innkeeper walks over toward you and he says, welcome. Welcome to the Inn de la Basse Noblesse. And how, so you've had a very, very long travel, I hear, from somewhere down south. The ambassador was telling me, and you had some some goings-ons. We will be serving food relatively shortly. Would you like to go to your rooms and clean up? It's all on the Argyle Dominion is paying for everything.
In that case, I would like to.
Yes. We'll have. He escorts each of you up to a series of rooms, gives you a key to each of them. They're comfortable, clean, comfortable rooms. There is a large, what's clearly a bassinet that you could take a bath in. I mean, it's not like a giant one, but it's big enough for one person. And he says, we will have water brought up to each of you if you wish it or not, depending on your proclivities in that matter. And food will be available downstairs relatively shortly. It's still early, but it should be here soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Is there
Thank you.
anything else I can do for you in the meantime?
Yes, I
Yes.
question. Is there a place I can exchange silver for gems or silver for gold?
There are many jewelers you can buy there. Some of the finest jewelry,
Well, I'm looking for gems, not jewelry.
gems.
Easy. I don't want to buy jewelry.
I will ask around about it. It is not something that people normally do.
Is there a place I can exchange silver for gold?
Gold.
Gold coins
Well, there is perhaps in gold leaf.
around here?
Would you like gold leaf?
Gold leaf, yes.
Okay. Well, I will see what we
Gold
can get you.
Is when you say gold leaf, are you talking about like bullion or?
No, it's like
Leaf,
sheets.
as in when you press gold into a paper-thin sheet.
Right.
Yes, it comes in very so that you can put it on like frames.
No, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for currency.
currency.
Money. I'm looking for a way to
He's looking to exchange
change
money.
silver for gold, coins.
Well, I will ask. We don't normally have gold as a currency, but if you want to buy a gold bar or something like that, is that what you're looking for?
Perhaps, yes.
Okay, I will ask around.
Okay.
And how much silver are you looking to convert?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay, well, that would probably make it a bit easier. But
Okay. Let's say 100 silver.
You see him kind of like,
Perhaps you should not be broadcasting.
no, it's I mean, under the best exchange rate, you would get like close to 10 gold, right?
Right.
I will see what I can do.
Okay, thank you.
I do have one question.
As do I.
What temples do you have within the city? What denominations?
Well, I know there is a temple to Celeste, and I'm fairly sure there is a temple to Kronos, a very, very large one, although it does not have a very large congregation, but there is a temple to Kronos.
Fascinating.
This is very interesting. Thank you.
But
It's
so,
within town here,
It is a city. my
within
friend.
city here, like local.
yes.
It is only natural that there would be a sizable population with varied beliefs. So,
Well,
as
not
long
all
as-
denominations. So
No.
thank you. That would be all for me.
Okay. Very
Food
well.
would be nice.
Now, with Cyaxry's family background, gemstones, jewel workers, etc., I'm guessing he might know of any of the major jewelers in the cities throughout the countryside. Would I know of anybody at all in this particular city?
You might, but you know that in general, gems aren't used as a currency.
Yeah, I understand
They're
that. Oh.
used as an adornment
Yep.
to jewelry. Nobody walks around dropping diamonds on a table and saying, I want to pay for that in diamonds. It's just, it's not that diamonds don't have value, it's just that it's just not done. And probably most people wouldn't have the ability to sit there and go, oh,
That's worth this amount.
that's worth this amount. I'll
Okay.
give you this amount in change. It's just not a thing that happens.
Yeah.
But you would probably know where jewelers are, and you probably sense that this is not a city where gems are harvested necessarily, but where gems come in and they might be put into jewelry and jewelry sold, because it's a wealthy city. It's a very, very well-to-do city.
So I was
Probably.
wondering if any of the big.
You would probably find you probably know where a couple, I mean, you may not know physically where they are, but you
Yeah.
probably have heard the
name,
names of
yeah.
some large jewelers, if you will.
You'll
large-
have some thoughts on the gem question, but perhaps once we have more privacy, we
Sure.
can discuss over
course.
a meal.
Okay. Then you guys continue to about your business and getting cleaned up, if to the extent that you want to get cleaned up, and then you go downstairs, and it's you smell, hearty stews and vegetables and lots of breads, and it seems like a very, very comfortable atmosphere. There's some dark corners throughout the place where you could easily find your own spot if you wanted to. The concierge, maitre d', innkeeper, if you will, he comes back and he's like, please have a seat, whatever you wish.
Okay.
And do you want us to bring out some ale or something
Bring
stronger?
us your finest wine.
Finest wine it is. No. Yes, no.
Ale and some stew and some bread.
Ale and stew and bread. Coming right
The
up.
same.
And he steps away and he walks away
Very
from.
good taste, my friend.
Thank you. It's free.
You guys have
If
a
it's free, it's for
corner,
me.
not quite at the back of the room, but off to the side of the room. You can see there's a small crowd, but it's still fairly early. You guys have had a busy day, though.
Ulick has decided that this city makes him uncomfortable. He wished to stay secret for now.
They definitely don't want to see it, that's for sure.
Interesting.
Secret as in who we are?
No, more he does not want to be seen. He wants to stay hidden for the time being. His history and the people of this city's history do not line up well.
Well, I
So
fear
Ulick will take some time to get more comfortable.
Interesting.
Ulick, please, what do you mean by that? What makes you uncomfortable with your history of the city?
Ulick's not here. I'm Yolo.
Oh,
Ulick.
Ulick is the.
Ulick.
Yeah, sorry.
Ulick
I'm all
stay.
confused. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
As far as
Yeah.
the-
Ulick is. Yes,
the-
he wants to stay hidden. Yes, he's not
Yes.
very. He's been sold and
Yes.
bought. Yes, you mentioned that before. Yes, you're
There's
correct.
many slavers in this
Yes.
city, as well as our current company, our new companion.
I have never
Uh,
once owned a slave, my
Well,
friend.
I don't mean you. I do not know you. I mean your people. Your people.
Well, someone needs to work the mines.
But this is the problem. This is something we must work out. We will work out.
Of course.
But for now, Ulick wishes must be granted. He wishes to stay secret to himself
We
for now.
should be cautious. There's
Of
enough
course.
of the higher ups here who know we're here.
So,
And those are the ones who tend to cause the problems.
so Yolo has a question about gems. We know there is real gems in the world. We know that there is fake gems now in the world. What is the purpose of the gems? So, we have some gems that seem to fit into different items that we've gotten. So we know we have those. But why would goblins and magic goblin? Why would the bad guys have gems? Just gems? What were they trying to use those gems for?
Or
Were they trying to create and sell them as valid currency, or were they trying to somehow enhance those gems to make something
Or
better?
perhaps there is something about them that we have not yet discerned.
By the way, I go as you're talking. I go sign. I take. It's hidden underneath my cloak. I take out the necklace that I took from the Minotaurs, or whatever. No, from the
Foscari?
Viscount. Right. It was 1 gem and 2 slots. Is that what it is?
No, it was a necklace. You have a necklace with one socket hole with a socket in it. And I think Reiner, or Tasha does as well.
No,
if
the
I
necklace
recall.
has one gem in it with it.
Correct.
And one socket, one gem.
Correct.
And I say, can you take a look at this? Is this really a thing? Or what is this?
I can take a
Can you take
look at the general quality of it. And
You think you can tell the difference if it's real or not? Just like this? I mean, I'm not putting you on the spot.
I think question is why? What is
No,
the
I
purpose?
understand. I just want to know if this.
Well-
what is this all about?
YOLO, my friend.
I'll let the DM decide. or
This
GM decide
might
that.
be
Sure. You can.
connected. Determining what the purpose is might very well require understanding what exactly these things are, where they come from, what they can do. Without knowing more information, we cannot accurately understand.
This
What
is why
it
I
is.
ask questions, so to give direction. What direction do we go next? Maybe our direction is to understand better how these are being used, why they're being used, and why would goblins have these? Some real, some fake.
Now, do we know of goblins being attracted to shiny, that kind of thing?
I don't know how much interaction you've had with goblins. I'll let you decide that. But you suspect that probably not more so than anyone else attracted to shiny objects. I mean, there are people who collect rocks,
Sure.
and who have like different kinds of rocks, and that's fascinating to them. And so, yes, I mean there will be some. You pick. Do you hand it to him? And
I
he takes
hand it to Sai, yeah.
Sai, you look at it, and it's not a a crafted gem. It is a legitimate gem that was cut, and you think it's very high quality. But you also know that there's different levels of quality, and that it's not a quality that you would probably want to cut further. And thus it was somehow had some type of, you suspect that it had, it might, if you had the ability to detect magic, you might be able to figure out if this had a slight duomer to begin with, where it would have been more valuable to use it as a magical socket, to have some very powerful mage or wizard imbue it with some.
So I would think
Special
the
magic.
stone or the gem itself has no obvious faults where it's brittle. It would be able to
No,
contain
it looks like it's
whatever
it's
magic could be imbued potentially.
Well, you suspect that some stones probably have, some can be imbued with magic to be able to hold powers, for want of a better word, and others just naturally have an innate ever so slight essence of magic from the weave somehow imbued into them, and so they're desirable in that they may not be valuable as a currency per se, but they're valuable in terms of what you can do with them. You think of it like there are diamonds that you would use as cutting tools. They're valuable, but they're not valuable as decorative pieces or as currency, but they have value in and of themselves because they're utilitarian for that purpose, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Similarly, you look at it with your knowledge that this is a gem with a purpose, and it looks like whoever put it, and you can take the socket out and put it back in, whoever put it, made it into a socket, did so with intent.
Purpose is what we must
So yes,
find out.
So
while
there's-
not particularly valuable monetarily,
Oh,
it is a very purpose and utilitarian gem. It was created and shaped for a purpose.
Do you think this is a real gem, or is it one of those fake ones?
It looks authentic, as
Okay.
in was cut from a cavern or cave wherever deep it was found. I don't think this
You think
was
it's magical?
manufactured.
You think it's magical?
I don't
Why the
have
hell
a way
is
of
this thing
knowing that.
this thing was wearing it? So I don't know.
It has, by the looks of it, it has the inner strength with the potential
Okay.
for some magic wielding individual who
Is
could
the
potentially do
bard
that.
still with us? Sebastian?
Yes, Sebastian. No, it's
Sebastian.
not. Yes, Sebastian. Yes.
Is-
Tom,
do you know anyone in town who may be of the magic sorts? Someone who may be able to help us with questions
not
about
from
magic?
this town, but I am, and to the extent that you will allow me to, I am listening to everything you're saying, and I am writing it down, trying to come up with
Okay.
a very fascinating dirge, but this is pretty boring stuff, to be honest.
Yes.
With you. It doesn't. It's not the stuff of songs. They sat around the table and talked
So
about gems.
we
whether
must
they-
find
Tom, I'm sorry.
magic in this
3
town.
slots, 1 gem, right? In this necklace. So I write it down because I can't.
It's 1 socket, 1 gem.
Oh, 1 second, 1 gem. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yep. All good.
We must find magic knowledge in this city.
I pull out the gem that the necklace that I collected, and I examine it in more detail now that we're not in the middle of the forest after a life or death situation. And I'm not a mage, but I'm just trying to see if I feel anything even vaguely.
What's your background?
My background is Thieves Guild, but
Oh, okay.
you know my character's backstory.
Right. You don't think, and I'm not speaking, you don't think it has anything to do with like a black lotus, so to speak. You
Understood.
get the impression that it's not necessarily like a plant or anything like that. That
Well,
it's,
I understand that it's not. It's a gem.
yeah. But there's not imbued with the essence of a plant or anything like that. It's not imbued
Okay,
with.
it's
You
not-
don't think that it's imbued with. You look at it and you're pretty sure you don't think so.
Hmm.
In that vein, I mentioned to you before in my backstory that I was occult initiative. Is there anything that I've seen before and is kind of used in cult or summoning or magic or?
You
or-
might have seen a similar necklace on a cult leader or something like that. Not that one,
Right.
but it wouldn't be beyond the realm of possibility for a higher up cult leader to have some type of magic, and it might have been a necklace with a socket with a hole and with a socket gem. So it's very possible that you could have seen something like that. So it's reasonable to suspect that these have some type of value beyond just being aesthetically pretty. You look at them closely, and clearly the necklace part of it is strong enough that it's not meant to be like ripped off of somebody's neck easily.
It's meant to be. It's meant to be able to withstand
Yeah.
some force.
Yeah, so that it's available and it's
Interesting.
I put the necklace back on, take out my
Okay.
short sword, and go and hold the necklace with one hand and point the sword and go, attack!
attack. You look
Anything
around the
happens?
room, and the room itself is.
I mean, I'm not yelling, I'm just,
I know what you mean. You're looking around the room, and the room that you're in is very. It's not highbrow by any stretch, but it's very. All the walls are heavily carved. It's dark wood with just kind of intricate designs everywhere. And as you're up flailing your sword about, you look over and you see a symbol carved on the wall that instantly catches your eye, and you know automatically what that symbol is. And you continue to wave about because you know in your mind you're not supposed to draw attention to it. And you just go, and it doesn't seem to do anything else.
I see the symbol where? On the wall?
Yep, it was carved on the wall.
Yolo
Carved on a
wants to
beam.
know what in the world you doing.
trying to see if the gem does anything. I don't know. Why was this thing wearing it?
You are waving a sword
you're
around.
waving a sword in.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not like.
Well, what
I don't listen. Okay, I tried.
what did
Probably practice in your
what did it
room
do?
or rooms.
Not in a
So
place where.
I point. I don't you see?
You waving it about. You feel slightly more durable. Is the best way you could describe it.
And I go, hey. By the way, I know the symbol, right? And I say,
But you also know you're not supposed to point it out.
no, but I'm saying
Okay.
to, I know this. So I said, hey, you guys, do you see that on the wall? There's like that eye symbol. Do you see it? Look ahead. Look.
Yolo see nothing.
No, where?
Wait, don't. If there's a symbol, I guess I'm the only one who sees it. There's a symbol there.
It's not that it can't be seen. You're the only one who recognized it.
Okay.
Oh, but it was
And I
something's there that wasn't there before.
I recognize it as
Words mean things, Tom. You
I
just recognize it.
as
So we can see
Yes.
at least on the wall.
recognize it
But
as.
he has a little more knowledge of what it is.
But it's in the carving of
Oh,
the
for
walls,
it-
like you're saying. So it's not something that was just conjured.
No,
okay, that's what I
okay.
misunderstood.
I think that's what everybody was getting.
Yeah, I
at.
thought it was
Okay.
just conjured.
I didn't think that, so I just thought it was carved.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Okay, then you're
He's
smarter
smarter
than I am.
So.
I'm not saying I'm smarter. I'm just
No,
saying
I'm
you're
just joking.
overthinking it.
I am. You're right. So, what does this symbol mean to me? Does it mean anything?
You have your phone on?
I do.
YOLO,
You wanna just write a note?
think there's much knowledge in temple and library. Perhaps we may find someone who can
Perhaps.
educate
Practices
us
magic.
somewhere. That
It has been too
practices
long
magic.
since I paid proper reverence to great time. I will go to the Temple of Kronos on the morrow.
On tomorrow, why not go tonight?
Well, I
YOLO
suppose.
could use some time with Kronos.
Very well then. After we
Okay.
eat, we will go to the temple together.
This would warm YOLO's heart.
The food comes out. It is a hearty stew with some vegetables on the side, big chunks of bread, your beer. He brings out a bottle of wine, puts it down in front of you, and brings out a couple flasks, ceramic flasks, and puts them out for those who want it. And but of course, if there's anything else that you want, just let me know, and we shall make it available, since you're not paying anyway. Yes.
Yes, definitely a
Seems
good bath.
great, thank you.
Thank you.
He turns and
Is this level of indulgence normal?
No, YOLO not eat in many days.
YOLO eats a lot
We
of
have
rations.
stew and bread. I'm not sure what your indulgence
This is a very
This is rare. Little man, you take first bite.
Okay. I dig in. I open the wine, and I partake in the wine first.
And just watching.
I partake in the wine first, Tom. Am I still alive?
Okay.
Just watching and making
yeah,
sure.
no, you
Come on.
partake of the wine, and
And food too, first, please.
Okay. I take some food, bread and stew. I smell it and I said, it smells good.
Let me see eyes. Okay, YOLO thinks safe to eat.
maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
I eat my portion. I start eating theirs.
Is that sweat? Is he sweating?
He always sweats.
no, you,
I set aside my own portion and pour a cup of the wine for myself and set it aside so that he doesn't take it. But I don't touch it yet either.
you guys.
I say it was delicious. If you don't want YOLO, you don't want yours.
No, don't touch YOLO's food.
YOLO, you're not
YOLO,
eating?
wait, see if you die first.
Iron stomach, YOLO. After,
Okay.
but I tell you, after eating
YOLO thinks safe to eat.
after eating rations for days, this is very good. And the wine is actually. Do you like wine, YOLO? You
Yeah,
had
YOLO,
wine?
no, eat wine.
The
YOLO,
wine is very good.
YOLO, stay humble. Ale and stew, good for YOLO.
It's free, YOLO. You don't have to be humble.
It's
Humble when you pay.
not has to do with money. It has to do with soul.
Okay. Oh, no problem.
I understand. Wine reminds me of a life that is long behind me.
It reminds me of a life I no wish to live.
You notice me just take the wine. Not bad. Not quite dry enough, though.
This is very good wine.
James, I sent you another message there too. The band is a little bit mellow in here. The group, the folks in the tavern, it starts to fill up a little bit. It's not raucous by any stretch of the imagination, but people are enjoying food and drink, and it's getting a little bit busier. And you get a sense from the door opening and closing that it's dusk outside and it's starting to get dark. It is still winter. It is winter time, so it does get darker earlier in the day.
Yolo think good time to go pray.
Now that we've eaten, yes, I would agree.
I will stay here for a little bit and finish my wine. It
Okay.
is very good.
Remember, do not get killed. Yolo not there to help you.
worried.
Okay.
Not worried.
Interested in trying to find someone who practices magic in this town?
I'm sorry?
Are you interested in finding someone
Yeah,
who
we
maybe
can do that.
practices magic in this
If-
town?
Sure.
I would say, if you do, be careful who you trust anything with.
Oh, I don't think I trust anybody with
I think
anything,
she-
but I understand.
I think he's drunk.
I had one cup.
This is part of our journey to Kronos Temple. We wish to ask these questions with those who we trust.
You got it.
I don't know what was just going on.
Nor do I.
He doesn't know.
Nor do I. But that's okay. I don't need to know
Out
what's
of
going
game. Crap on your lip. Not in the real character.
Oh, gotcha.
on. Who's got crap on their
I have no idea.
I have no
I'm
idea.
very confused.
No idea what it's on.
Okay.
So if I'm gonna remain in the
Okay.
in the
You're in the
tavern.
inn. You guys are heading toward the
Temple of Kronos.
The Temple of Kronos. Okay. And are you?
I'm staying with him.
You're staying with him. The two of you head out. The streets are cold. It's snowing. You bundle up a little bit.
Scoot over.
Having cleaned and refreshed yourself, the wind cuts through you fairly quickly, and you make your way. He gave you directions to where it was, and you make your way through the streets, and you do come upon a huge temple, a very, very large temple with what clearly looks like hourglasses, and right up above in the center, you can clearly make out the edifice of Kronos above it. You go up to it.
Yeah,
The door is slightly ajar, but you walk inside, and it is cold and very, very quiet as you walk in, and your footsteps just echo on the floors at this point as you're making your way inside.
Before we go any further, what is your relationship with Kronos?
Great time is worshipped by a small segment of the population in my homeland. My order has... Well, we are taught from a very early age to appropriately revere time, justice, and fate. Or, well, as you would call them, Kronos, Boja, and Tororok. Though these temples are quite a bit different from what I'm used to, we usually declare our devotion in geometric symbols, not effigies.
Yolo think fate brought you to meet us, to meet me.
I would agree.
Yolo never been in the Temple of Kronos. So Yolo confessed to you because of Kronos bringing you to me. I confess to you this, that I do not know what to do in a Temple of Kronos. I am just a student of Kronos.
I am, in many ways, a layman myself. I am no priest, and the worship in Opalakshar is likely not exactly the same as it is here. However, I'm sure that the clerics will be more than understanding.
I am a student of Kronos. I give myself to Kronos. So we learn together here in the House of Kronos.
Very well.
And I'll continue forward.
You continue forward in, and it looks like a classic cathedral, dark with columns, with large apse continuing up to what is clearly an altar. And there at the very far end, you can make out a very, very large statue of Kronos himself, sitting on a throne with a huge hourglass. But unlike other hourglasses, this hourglass has only one direction in it, as if time can only go in one direction. It can't be necessarily reversed.
Interesting. It is strange to see a personification. I don't know if I will ever be quite used to into the way things work this far west. But then Artisha drops into silence and prays.
While you're praying, you see what is clearly a cleric or priest off to one side observing you, and he just allowing you to pray. And he's standing there. Appears to be a human. He's in robes. His robes appear to be very, very dark. It's very kind of hard to see, but you suspect, just kind of glancing off, that it's covered with stars.
My devotionals have been said. I am prepared to proceed with whatever you hoped to accomplish.
Yolo will continue to sort of speak to Kronos, to the statue of Kronos, and reciting a particular line over and over. And what he's doing is he's working to master his healing spell. So he has his cure wounds spell, and he's just reciting, and he's over and over repeating it. He's just learning. He's training his mind in the presence of Kronos to master his ability to do this. And then he'll take his hands. Is the statue like approachable? Is there a barrier?
There's no barrier.
Is it a?
There's a raised
imagine
area.
it being large, very.
He's huge.
Yeah. Okay.
Immense.
So Yolo will walk right up to it and place his hands on, I imagine, the feet of Kronos, sort of, and he drops his head down. And he lays his head to it. And he seems visibly shaken, just in awe, very much in awe. This is bigger than anything else Yolo has ever seen before. It's just the impact of it is immense. And very slowly he'll get up and start to kind of back away.
The priest slowly approaches you, and he motions. And he's human, and he speaks to you in the common tongue. He has a distinct dialect that he's from the Agile Empire, from Silverleaf. But he speaks to you, and he says, "May your days be long, and your moments be well spent." And he motions with his hand in a spiral manner, as if up toward the stars. And he says, "Are you new, or are you long followers of Kronos?"
My friend, I believe, is somewhat more singular in his devotion, but I am well familiar with Great Time, as he is sometimes called in my homeland.
I am new. Kronos has saved me from my past, and I want to learn more and devote myself more. He has led me on a path, but this path brings with it many questions that I have. I wish I ask Kronos for help.
Many do. Kronos has been silent for a very long time, since the stars were extinguished.
Kronos is awakened. Kronos is within me.
That is marvelous.
Do you feel Kronos?
Kronos
Within
is
you?
not gone. Yes, I feel Kronos within me, but
Oh.
Kronos is not gone. He's still recovering from all the great things that he did for the planet.
How can I learn more about what Kronos has done?
There are tomes to read, but by praying, hopefully you'll understand. And the way we pay homage to Kronos is to move our hands in a swirl, as if up toward the stars, and then to give praise to Kronos.
I shall give praise. And I'll mimic the action that he does.
Sometimes to feel Kronos, we need to sit in complete stillness, our eyes closed, so that it is as dark as the night sky and as starless as the skies are now.
I am familiar with this practice. We have something similar in my homeland, though it is more of a meditative gesture than a purely devotional one.
This is true. It is called the invocation of stillness.
And this invocation of stillness allows you to communicate, pay homage.
Some, yes. Some feel closer to him. If you sit in complete stillness with your eyes closed, your hands resting upon your knees, and your palms up to receive the weight of time, and then bend down to the ground to present yourself, some do feel the presence of Kronos more clearly.
Yolo wishes to do this.
And you are welcome to.
Um,
It is a
Yolo-
temple, friend.
Yolo he'll kneel immediately, right where he's at. He'll go right where he's at and sort of assume that position. And he will try to clear his mind, except for a couple singular thoughts. So he's gonna try to focus his thoughts on some of the things that he's been led to. So he's been led to he wants to focus. The name was Eleanor Dulays, I believe it was, from the War of the Silver Veil. He wants to just sort of concentrate on that name, that presence, and perhaps what that path may have been like. He's just picking things that have come across his path, things that he sees as signs or symbols or things that maybe Kronos might have dropped in his path for him for whatever reason. But otherwise, he's just going to sit there and try to practice this technique that he's just learning about.
You kneel down, you put your palms on your knees face up, and you proselytize yourself leaning forward. The priest kneels down with you, and he says to you very, very gently, he doesn't ask you to look up from him. He says, as you do, inhale, then exhale, and hold the exhalation out. This will serve as a sacred rhythm within your body, acknowledging time, acknowledging the past, acknowledging the present, acknowledging the future, even though we may not see it. This breath, you're breathing in this pattern, letting it out, and then holding it out will become, if you will, a metronome. And with practice, perhaps you will feel the pulse of time itself.
With practice, I shall feel the pulse of time.
Back with your cohorts in the inn. You're sitting there and, oops, sorry about that. Ka-ching, ka-ching. You're sitting there and,
As I'm sitting there, I sip my wine, but from time to time, I either rest my hands on the table or my hands, and I go like this, as I'm resting my hands.
you see a figure on the other side of the room. I mean, it's very subtle. You see a figure on the other side of the room just raise up his hands in a similar manner. And he just goes back to doing what he's doing. And you glance at him, and he's clearly a halfling, which is unusual in and of itself.
I'll say, Sai, I'll be right back. Give me a minute. Just go to talk to somebody. I think maybe he's familiar. I'm not sure. I want to see what he's all about. Just watch my back just in case.
Indeed.
I will approach him and I say, good day. I am Woodpecker. People call me Pecker from the hills.
Oh,
Are you very unusual to find a halfling
Oh, yeah.
in these parts, besides myself?
Oh, yeah, indeed. He said, oh, your name is Woodpecker, right?
Yes.
Woodpecker.
Yes.
Well, Woodpecker, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm, if I can find my notes here. Oh, yeah. I'm, Kiana Namaduan.
One more time.
Kiamana Namaduan. No, Kiam, it's a very easy name.
Dumawan?
Kiana
Kiana?
Namduan.
Namduan.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Pleasure to meet somebody.
I don't recognize you.
Not from around here.
No.
We're just traveling through, passing through. I'm happy to meet somebody of.
Well, what brings you to Silverleaf?
We're actually on the way to Silverleaf. And ran into Prince Fleur de Jean
Oh.
getting attacked, kind of,
Oh.
and had to save him. Wasn't because we were getting attacked at the same time. So I guess by course of saving ourselves, we saved him. Brought him here to the palace. Can you tell me something about this place? Seems very unusual. Weird. The Jean family seemed very unusual and very.
What's on you about them?
They seemed very suspicious. Can't point my finger. Maybe you could tell me, is there anything unusual about the family or about this town?
No. They're very, very wealthy, that's all I know.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Very, very wealthy.
They're very wealthy, yes.
Yeah.
I understand that. I get that.
Very, very wealthy. Yep.
But besides wealth, are there what is their situation? They were very cagey and very off-putting, and wanted us to leave this town very quickly. Not sure why, my friends and I.
Well, I don't think I want you to leave necessarily, but they yeah, I think Emma Hill wants to all of Silverleaf herself, and they don't want to be part of it. I got what it means. It's really that simple. Really
You got
quite
yourself into this, dude. You get yourself out.
Would you?
It's really very, very simple.
Maybe let me. It's hard to understand. Maybe I'll be able to understand you, and I slide them 2 silver, so that maybe I can better understand you if I can help you. This maybe help to understand you a little better.
I'll take your help, but I don't know what I can do to make you understand me. It's very, very simple. He wants all the Silverleaf. All the Silverleaf for himself. That's very normal, yes. And the princess, for all his own, she don't want to be there, but I got what it means. It's really that simple.
Let me ask you: is there others like us around here?
Oh, well, what do you mean by us? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where would I find some others?
Well, that can be arranged.
Where?
That can be arranged.
It can be arranged.
Yeah.
Sure. Can you arrange that for me? I'm
Sure.
I'm also looking to find out anybody who can help us in perhaps getting some weaponry, maybe a magician, any magic users that can help us with certain things that we can hire. You know anybody like that?
You want to hire a magic user?
Yes.
Well, yeah. I think I might know.
Around here?
Well, yeah. They have some magic users.
Okay. How can I arrange that? I'm willing to pay.
How long are you in town?
We'll be in town for a few days.
Okay, then perhaps tonight?
I'm sorry, one more time?
I believe tonight.
I'm staying here tonight, yes.
Well, maybe, and then we go.
When do you want to meet?
This is it.
Tomorrow or now?
No. Just a little bit.
In a little bit?
Yeah.
Today?
Well, that'd be you.
Are you able to find somebody else? You'll be able to introduce me to a magician that we can hire, a magic user that we can hire?
I think so.
Yes?
I think so.
So do you want to meet here?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay. In let's say 2 hours?
Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah.
Very good.
That'd be good.
Thank you. I gotta put this up. Thank you, Camelia.
Yeah. No.
I appreciate it.
No, you won't.
You're very thankful very much.
Yeah. My pleasure. Okay.
It's either going to be good or we're going to get killed. I'm not sure what happened.
This is why I only deal with cults that I know I can trust because I'm part of them.
I come back to Sai and said, somebody from my type of work. Yes. Don't point.
Pause.
He
Under
might
the table.
Yeah. And he said he can introduce us. I think he has a speech impediment or something. Very hard to understand. But he said he can introduce us to a magic user that maybe can help us.
You sure?
From what I gathered, very difficult to understand. Like I said, I hope he's a better thief than a linguist.
Great.
So somebody should be here in a couple of hours. So we can either come back or we can wait here, have some more wine, whatever you prefer.
I say wine.
Wine it is. Or I pour.
I'll go with
They bring more wine out to you after you motion for it. What are you guys doing back at the cathedral?
After I spend some time paying homage the way I was when we last left, I want to ask the priest, are there many priests that reside here at this temple?
I guess you get up at one point. You finished your praying, and you get up, and he's like, many. I guess it means what to you is many.
Oh, just Yolo. My name is Yolo. This is my first time in temple like this, as you must already know. I wish to contribute in some way. I wish to somehow thank you for your work here.
Well, silver is always appreciated. I mean, it's always, grateful for it, but, spare what you can. I mean, he's looking you up and down, and he says he doesn't get the impression that you're an incredibly wealthy individual. So he says, I am Edward, and if I can help you.
Is there any need for someone of talents to help and resolve any issues or any things that you may need assistance with? We have traveled, me and my friend here, and I feel as though I am being led on a path, thanks to Kronos, to do good in this world and help lift the veil of darkness on this world. And in that path, I am searching for direction.
Well, it's very generous of you to offer. And nothing comes to mind right up at the moment. He's looking over. I mean, you have a sword and a
Well, the
a
chain is wrapped around my waist. It's not.
and
obvious.
you look like you're travelers with little. You have. You don't have your plate on, or maybe you do.
I do. I have the plate on, but I have my cloak over top.
But you can still.
Yeah.
It's not quiet.
Yeah.
He's like your skill set. I'm not going to say it doesn't come up, but it doesn't come up that often. But it's good to know
Not surprising.
that someone is willing to offer their services to Kronos. I will. How do we find you?
Currently, we are staying at what is the inn called?
Oh, I don't remember the name of the. I don't know if we got the name of it.
We did. Nobody wrote it. I didn't write it down. So I didn't think we needed, but yes, Tom did say.
Yeah, it was called the Inn de la Bassin Noblesse.
Well,
We are currently staying at the Inn de la Bassin Noblesse. I do not forgive
Yes.
my pronunciation. I am not. I am learned in Elvish, but I am not local, as is no doubt obvious.
we are guests of the Argyle ambassador.
Oh.
We performed a small service on the road.
You are too humble.
Thanks-
If you are
thanks to
guests of
Kronos.
the Baron, you did more than. So you're guests of Baron Intrigant, then, correct?
In a sense.
And you're very, very humble if you did something to be his guest.
I live in service. my
And
friend.
Kronos guides me.
Very well.
We do have, or I do have a problem that perhaps you could help direct me to someone who may have a skill set. Kronos has led me to some items that I have many questions over, and I sense that they have an aura of them, and I wish to know more. Do you know anyone who may have such capabilities?
You're talking about some magic, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Shall I bring out the next?
Well, I have my armor. I can show him my armor. I'll kind of reveal it, like, you know. And I have an amulet as well that I have gotten at another point.
I mean, there are wizards in the city, but most of them are in the employ of either the Baron or the Princess, or there are some in employ of guilds of less repute, if you will.
Fascinating.
Do you know of any who follow Kronos?
No. No, I don't. I mean, Kronos is the all-powerful and controls the skies, but there are those who follow the newer gods, Celeste, more frequently here than some of the other gods.
Would there be any
Kronos.
that you trust?
Well, it's not a question of trusting them. It's a question of access to them. It's just not something I have regularly. You know,
A direction,
perhaps.
perhaps.
If you are in the good graces of the Baron Intrigon, then perhaps. I mean, he would probably have more connections than I would, but
Perhaps, but we prefer. We would very much like to avoid taking too great an advantage of his generosity. I'm sure you understand.
well, everyone in Silverleaf everywhere has their own motivations. I'm not ignorant of that.
Indeed. As is true everywhere.
I've just met you. I mean, I don't mean to speak out of turn. So,
You have not spoken out of turn at all, my friend.
I thank you for your time and for all of your learning. I will take this and treasure it and practice it.
if you are in the area, please return and pray, and
I look
may we
forward.
build this relationship further.
I look forward to that day, and I'll do the symbol that he showed me. Like, yeah.
May your days be long, friend. But before we depart, might I ask, besides one of the temples, where is the most quiet and secluded part of the city?
Well, there is a park near the Citadel that is a very quiet park. I mean, it's dark. It's very infrequented
Thank you.
in the winter and particularly at night. What is it you wish to do?
I have some things that I wish to meditate on, but that have little to do with faith.
Just use caution. The law is very strict in this city.
Understood.
By Kronos, bind your fate to the stars and not to the sand. And he turns and leaves.
I'm going to kneel one last time and sort of go into that same posture for a moment. And then when I get up, I'll leave 10 silver. Will be where I was.
Okay.
When Artasha leaves, he's like this and walking backwards to the door.
Okay. You both walk out. Back inside the inside the tavern where you guys are happily drinking away. Is there anything else you're doing, or?
Well, we're waiting to see, and I mean, is there anybody who looks anything of interest in this?
Oh, there's lots of people. I mean, it's not jammed, but it's filled with upper middle class people. They're clearly in appropriate garb for upper middle class people.
I've got a little bit of a buzz going on. I've been just kind of taking a drink and remembering what it was like to be able to have these drinks freely, so that I have another, and that tasted kind of like another.
Sure. Decide you have anything you want to do while we're waiting? You want to go pickpocket somebody?
Pickpocket?
You know, just for fun.
That's not my. I don't know how to do that. You're little. You got the. You can put your little hands in these pockets. I have big hands. I can't do that. I might be able to wave them around and distract for you, but that's about it.
You want to start a fight?
I don't know if that's going to work out well for later, but it sounds interesting.
Okay. Well, we're waiting for this guy. It's a little, you know, just how much can we gotta have to? If we can't keep on drinking all the time, not gonna be able to walk.
Who needs to walk?
No, but we have people coming.
They don't. They can sit at our table.
Okay. So I guess we're just waiting. So you said a couple
Okay.
hours. I mean, I get. Do you want to go explore in the meantime the town, see what's
If you've
around
got
here?
something to look at, I'll watch. I'll follow.
We have to get back in a couple hours.
2
so-
hours.
Yeah, we're gonna go explore a little bit.
Can we get a bottle to go?
Well, certainly. And there's a moment delay, and he gets a bottle, and he brings it over, and he says, "Enjoy your evening out."
I just
and I
push
say-
5 silver to him as a tip for taking care of.
It's not necessary. It's all
Not
taken care
necessary, but it is. I want to show my thank you.
of. Very well. He doesn't pick it up right away.
I just leave it wherever happens to it, and we leave.
We leave. We go take a look. If we find any
You
kind of a
explore the
jeweler
town.
or anything else that we talked about, or somewhere. I mean, we would know, like, where normally, because we've traveled, right? Even to get to where we originally met. How does it work with, you know, I want to be able to transfer silver into something more manageable to carry.
You're still on this, dude. Why?
We have-
You gotta let it go, man.
No, because we
let
have
it go.
too much.
Let it go.
I
Let
can
it go.
tell you that gems
go.
and jewels are not the way to go.
Okay, so how
You're
can
going
we
to lose so much in the
Let
conversion.
it
know,
go.
you
but
might as well
spend it.
throw it on the ground.
Spend it. Let it go. Just spend
spend
it.
it? I wish we had something to
The whole
spend it
point
on.
is. The whole
We'll
point
find
is spend
something
it.
to spend it at the right
Whole
time. I
point is
promise.
spend
It's not the point. We can't carry so much.
Still, we got it here.
Okay.
We got enough.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll go see if we can find a blacksmith. Like
You go.
I have something I want to do anyway.
Blacksmith, that's a good idea.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
I got this crappy armor still.
Let's go get you some good armor.
Yeah.
Maybe that's plate mail.
Oh, I was thinking chain, but plain. I like your way of thinking, little
Let's
man.
go, my friend.
You're
You're all set to spend it.
Such indulgence.
I
watching
first, before we do that,
Fear the Dark on Seven Sided Die. We will be right back. Okay, guys, just give me a moment. Welcome back. You're watching Fear the Dark on Seven Sided Die. We rejoined the party, kind of split up at the moment. Two of them are in a cathedral, or leaving a cathedral, or in the vicinity of a cathedral to Kronos, and two others are just leaving a tavern where they're put up for the night. And we rejoin them in progress. We'll start with you two stumbling down the
Wait,
streets.
before we do that, I'm going to stop by the horse.
You stop by your horses.
Yeah.
Okay. He pointed out to you where they are.
Is it a secluded area, like quiet?
Well, it's a stable.
Okay.
So,
I
you
asked-
go into the stable and you know, there's somebody there watching and they recognize you and they're like,
I said, I'm just going to take a look something, make sure the horse is okay.
sure.
So I go to the horse. I say, "Si, just watch my back for a second. I'm gonna. Is it possible to count the silver? I don't know how much we have in there. So I can wait. I want to buy. I want over.
It's okay.
I want to buy him the what you call it.
You're talking about the chest?
Yeah, because I never got to count because I ran off with it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, so you climb into the back of the wagon. So, Si, you're kind of hanging out front. Well, there's a guy by the, just a guy by the door, and he's like, hey, just watching the horses. It's kind of cold, isn't it now?
It was cold until about an hour ago.
I give him the bottle.
Oh, he was kind of looking at the bottle.
I give him the bottle.
Oh, that's very kind of you. That's very
Make
kind
sure
of
the
you.
horse is well taken care of.
Oh, the horses are fine.
Yes, thank
We
you.
groom. I'm also a horse masseuse.
Horse masseuse. What does that mean?
So,
He rubs the horse.
well, you gotta rub the horses, yeah. But with the male horses, it's special because they get like scunge. So you gotta like massage them in a way to get the scunge
I
out.
did not need.
Scunge?
So here, I'm sorry. What is your
Yeah.
name?
My name? I have it written down.
I regret everything you were doing.
My
Lafleur?
name? My name is Remy.
Remy.
Yeah.
Remy, can you do me a favor? Can you give a good massage to the horse? When we
I
come
give
back
very
to
good
pick-
massage
when we
because
come
I
back
gotta
to
get the
pick it up-
scunge out.
When we come back to pick up the horses, I will have another bottle for you.
Yeah.
Can you just start the rubbing like after we leave?
Well, I don't like. It's not like offensive or anything like that. It's just
It's
like,
okay. We'll do
you
it.
gotta get it like worked up. Otherwise, you can't pull the skin back to get the scunge out.
Like that, like you were doing, right?
Yeah. That's how you get the scunge out. Once it because there's all kinds of scunge in
Was
there.
it better this way or is it better this way?
Well,
or-
it is more of a technique. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah,
Let me
interesting.
just go make sure he's okay, and then if you can give him a nice massage,
Yeah. I
we'll
take
make
care
sure
of
there's an
all the
extra
horses.
bottle for you on when we come back later.
I take care of all the horses.
Thank you. So we'll go back and
You're gonna have a
just
busy
quickly.
night. You have a busy evening.
Wow.
I guess it keeps you warm, huh?
I guess kind of, sort of.
As he's talking to him and distracting him.
You climb up into the back. What?
He hates me.
I don't know. Why don't I hate you, dude? I think it's all good. I think it's all good. You climb up into the back of the carriage, and you're in the back there, and you rummage around, and you find your little box, and bear with me here. I just want to find it to make sure because I have it written down. I'm sorry. So I remember it basically. I don't know where it is, but okay.
You can come back to it.
There you go. So you rummage around in the box, or rather, you rummage around in the back of the wagon, and you find your box. There it is.
Can I open it?
Yeah, sure. You open it up.
Yeah.
You look inside. You see a bunch of silver coins. I mean, they're not stacked or anything. It's,
By taking a quick glance, approximately.
it's hard to tell.
How long would
I
it
mean, you would get. You don't think it's going to take you that long. You want to count them? Is that what you want to do?
so we know what we have. So I want to go buy him equipment.
Okay. So you reach in and you start pulling the coins out and you start stacking them up and you're counting them. And you're counting. And as you're counting them, this your fingers and your hands start to turn silverish blue.
I pull back immediately.
And you look and you see what, like something racing up through your hand into your arm. It tingles, but it doesn't hurt.
What is is it my hand now? Is it going up my arm, or is it just?
So far, it's moving very, 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 very slowly. It's just almost like a stain, if you will, but it's silverish blue.
Is my hand like starting to hurt or anything like that?
Tingle.
Tingles. Okay. I take out my sword and I rummage through the. Is there anything else in there? Like maybe
You rummage through.
What's making it?
No, you don't see anything else in there.
I think I see what's happening.
Oh, you're not there.
I know.
So I will take. I get a little
Roll a
nervous.
con save.
I will take the
Don't worry.
a
No
cloth, take all the coins and throw them back in the chest and close it.
Oh, okay. You use a bit of the tarp.
Yeah.
And you kind of like your dagger and you scrape it up on and you throw them into the.
Yeah,
Kind of
and I
like
close
scoop it into
and I
the
close
chest.
it and I close it back up.
Okay. I mean, the
and I-
tingling. You have long sleeves or short sleeves?
No,
Well, it's
long
winter
sleeves.
time, so I assume long sleeves. So your arm does feel tingly.
Okay. So can I use it?
So
Or-
far,
Okay. All right. I'll just leave right away,
okay.
and I will go to the side. I said, I think we need to go.
What did you do?
Nothing yet. Let's just go. I'll explain to you.
Good luck with the scunge.
Ah, yeah.
May you gather much scunge.
You want me to show you how to do it?
Maybe another time.
Later. We'll come back.
Okay.
We'll come back.
Okay.
So, as we start walking away, I go. I don't know if I told you. I grabbed the chest from the young kid.
Yeah, yeah.
And I went to just to look what we have so we can go buy a little armor and stuff. And I pulled back my sleeve. I said, look what happened when I touched it.
And I see what you
Silver blue.
described.
My hand is like silver blue.
I mean, it's nighttime, but it's distinctly an unusual
and
color.
I go like this. Look.
What did you do to your arm?
I don't know. Whatever that was in there, I don't know. And
I see it move?
and it's really it feels weird.
You were mentioning it moved a little. Do I see it moving, or is it just look
What
like a
moving?
bruise?
No, you just want to.
No, like when he meant moving, it means that the stain was climbing his arm.
That's what I
very
mean. But do
slowly.
I see this color?
I mean, you have long sleeves. on,
Yeah,
right?
I pulled it back. I said, look, and I go, look. Do you see the difference?
I mean, if you stand and watch it for a little bit, you'll see it kind of like creeping.
Looks like it's alive. It's moving.
I don't know. Let's go. I think now we need to see if the magician can do something, or maybe Yolo can do something with his magic, with his healings. You know, the healings, the blah 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 blah
You
stuff.
better hurry up, otherwise I'm gonna have to cut that off.
Not good enough. So we head back to the.
You head back to the inn?
Yeah.
Or, okay, you go
Well,
back.
right now I'm a little
Okay.
panicky.
Okay, you go back to the inn. You,
How long is time?
I mean,
How
you-
much time has passed? Not much,
Oh,
right?
if a quarter of an hour, that would be a lot.
So you know what I said? Let's go. Do you think we should go to the temple where Yolo went?
We gotta find them.
Yeah. We're gonna head straight for the temple.
Okay, you head for the temple. You head for the temple, and meanwhile, you guys are just outside of the temple. What are you guys doing? Or are you just leaving the temple? Yeah.
Well, we're leaving the temple.
Yeah, I mean we've done our prayers.
Yeah.
I have my meditations to undertake that aren't related to faith, but that's for something. But that's for something I can do when we get when we're
Yolo,
about when we're
Yolo
about to go to
must
sleep.
admit, very curious about Artasha's meditation, not to do with religion, just curious. But
Well, there are multiple forms. There are forms that are meant to center the self. You must understand. My order, we are not monastic in the traditional sense. We serve at the pleasure of our lord and master, our liege, and we are in the pursuit of better service. We are taught from very early various ways to center the self, to clear the mind, to silence any cluttering thoughts. But then there are also more esoteric purposes as well.
Is that not same as reverence
Well-
for gods?
It is more for the benefit of the self than to declare devotion.
Is your liege your god?
No, he is our king.
Is your king your god?
No. The god, my king, is very much not a god. He is as mortal as you or I. But my order is... We are... Let us just say that we are withdrawn from the world when we are not doing our work. For most of my life, I have lived in a compound in the Highlands to the north of the great capital, near the somewhere near the springs that feed into the river Tigra. And meditation is one of the things that we are taught from a very early age. There are, of course, other reasons to meditate. For example, the meditation that I'm speaking of is not a matter of devotion or of clearing the mind, but an attempt to focus upon something. I have not elaborated.
Just
But-
sounds religious to YOLO. That's all.
Well, it is... I suppose to an outsider it might appear that way. But... my order has instilled in me the knowledge, or rather the lesson, that in the end, I am below heaven's notice. If heaven's eye is upon me, then so be it. But I am not so proud as to think that I can draw its eye when it is not already watching me. If that makes any sense.
No, but YOLO will understand in time.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
On our way, walking back, I'm assuming we're walking back towards the tavern or wherever. Keep my eye out for any sort of general, like store or supplies, basic stuff. Nothing crazy.
You see lots of stores. You go from the cathedrals are on a large town square. Kronos is very distinct. Celeste is very distinct. There might be other smaller temples about, but they're off of a main square, a large open area with cobblestones, surrounded by multi-story buildings, storefronts, white buildings with bluish roofs, and gobs of them. But you also note that they're closed at this time of day.
Oh, everything's closed already.
Well, it's nighttime.
Oh, okay.
It's
I'm
winter,
thinking it wasn't
and-
that late.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Tomorrow we must get supplies.
Indeed.
We need torches.
I have two. Unfortunately, that will not be enough.
I have one left. We used many, so we need restock torches.
I have rations for a few days.
And perhaps tomorrow we can find someone who knows more about magic.
Perhaps. But as always, I must advise caution. I do not trust the ambassador.
This I agree with.
Now,
We do not have to trust him, I suppose.
no, I suppose not. Now, I suppose we shall have to deal with our compatriots again soon.
As you are walking back toward the tavern, you see Sai and Woodpecker walking toward you. The two of them might be, up to you guys, a little bit wobbly at this point. Or maybe Sai is. Maybe not Woodpecker. I don't know. Maybe his senses are suddenly heightened, if you will. But you do pass them. I mean, it's snowing. It's dark. You're crossing this cobblestone through the cobblestone streets, and you see one another. There are other people about, but it's definitely not very busy, if you will.
As soon as I recognize YOLO, I go running toward him in a kind of a jagged line a little bit, but I get there.
I
YOLO!
quick
YOLO!
beeline for
You gotta
YOLO.
see this!
What happened? What did
YOLO!
you do?
YOLO! Oh, it's
I
not
come
what I
over to
did.
YOLO. I go, I touched something. Look what happened. I pull up my sleeve.
Did you give horse massage?
When I see it,
Watch it, it
I
moves.
I take your hand, and I recognize what's happening, given my background.
I go,
and
look, they're
and
different.
the jobs I would have had in the past.
Possibly. Yeah, you're thinking like a poison.
Not a poison, but considering the fact that the order was serves at royal pleasure, and anything regarding items or monies unlawfully
Where
taken.
did this happen?
You don't think so. You don't think anything like that.
Where did this happen?
I don't know if I told you, when I went inside that carriage with the kid, with the floor, he had a chest in there, so I took the chest.
You
You
stole
took-
from royal family.
It's a chest. I took
You
the chest.
took an item from the liege of the land, and you expected no consequences.
When
He
I
technically
took
didn't take it. It's
one,
still there.
One. When I took it, I didn't know he was so liege of the land. It was some kid. Two,
He said
It's
he
a-
was a prince.
He did say he was prince.
whatever, Prince. There's a chest. Listen. I didn't think it would matter. I don't think it would miss it. So I took it.
I start reaching for my sword and grabbing his arm.
I took it, and then when I
See,
went
I
to
told you, we might have to cut it off.
So I want to buy size, so maybe plate mail or chain mail. So I went to see how much we have so we can buy from him. And when I touched it, I took a couple of them out, and then all of a sudden this happened. Look, they're different color.
Oh,
Wait, YOLO, can you do some?
YOLO know
Well,
that there's
YOLO, can you do some?
YOLO know no
Well,
magic.
try.
YOLO know no magic to fix that.
Try the healing stuff.
I have a theory.
Do you think
Hold
we have
on,
to cut it
YOLO,
off?
try the
I
healing
think you
stuff.
cut it off, and maybe then
YOLO,
can heal.
try the healing
Priest
stuff.
says to cut it off.
Okay,
I-
YOLO, try the healing stuff.
That's YOLO heals
Well,
no
just
work
try.
on curse.
Try. We don't
This
know.
is
What do you mean?
curse.
How do you know it's curse?
It-
Are you curse expert?
It
Just
looks
try.
like cursed. I mean,
YOLO, try.
Might I offer my theory?
Go ahead.
You guys are standing in the middle of this snowy street. People are passing you by, watching you. You look like a bunch of drunks hanging out. They don't seem to give you.
Perhaps it is meant to mark you as having taken the chest.
YOLO think this is.
I just don't want to have loss of my arm. I don't care if my arm stays. If it's blue, I'll wash it off eventually, maybe or whatever.
I
But
don't think that it's going to wash off.
okay. So what do you suggest we do?
Well, I know what certain lawmen in my homeland would do with you, but I don't think you want me to cut off your arm at the elbow.
Listen, you can always try to cut it off. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. But
Let us
can we
go
do
somewhere less conspicuous. Let us go.
Let's go
somewhere
back to
else.
the inn. Some people I'm supposed to meet anyway. Maybe they can also help. Since you have no help, I came to YOLO because YOLO fixes everything. YOLO does wave of the hands and say stuff, and everything gets fixed.
This hurt YOLO.
What?
Your lack in faith of YOLO.
I know. I come to YOLO because I have faith YOLO's going to fix.
No. YOLO do not agree.
Okay.
YOLO think you play joke on YOLO.
Never. I agree. I came to YOLO for help.
You know YOLO can't help with that.
Why not? How do I know? I figured you heal. Like you heal. When I get cut, you heal me.
It's not an injury. It's discoloration.
It is an injury. I feel tingly, so it's like I'm injured.
So it hurts.
It doesn't really hurt. It's like tingly. It's like you ever get like you ever
It's like
hit,
your Woody tingle.
like a funny bone, like you hit and you got a tingle. It tingles. It doesn't hurt. I can use it, but it tingles.
And now we are going to be hunted by the princess's guard for the rest of eternity.
Not if he wears long sleeves
Yeah, they can't see it.
and a glove.
Yeah, like
I am
Like a
regretting-
performer.
like Michael.
It is.
Who?
It is late.
Like the
Let
guy
us-
goes hee hee hee.
I'm
Let's go
regretting
back.
my choice in companions.
Let us go back to tavern, and we will discuss there.
I am sincerely regretting my choice in companions.
We're gonna have to
Yeah.
pick. For now, we're gonna have to pick me up a glove somewhere or two.
You can put your teeth in the glove and be sparkly.
You guys.
Or you could use those teeth for something useful and use it and turn it into it and attach them to your knuckles.
Yes, that's what it.
You guys head back to the tavern. You very easily find the tavern. It's a welcome respite from the cold once you get inside. You can go inside. It's busier than it was when you left. Probably about an hour or so has gone by, an hour-ish has gone by. And you are inside the tavern. What do you...
Just
Never
in
before.
time.
You
I'm
find
dry.
a table. It's not that your same table is not available, but you find another table in
Never
the same area
before
if you
have I.
want. Or
right.
you have your rooms.
Never before have I so well understood the value of the value of the lessons I was taught in Babalan.
Bless you.
Why does he keep on talking about? No, I don't understand nothing.
You gotta cut every third word and just listen to that one.
Yes.
It works.
Okay.
I
Thank you.
swear.
So
And I'm gonna request a bottle.
of the same wine that was. And by the way, we need two. We owe the horse guy for the sludge or the ludge, whatever it's called.
Yeah, you could send that over.
Another bottle coming right up. Yes.
That'd
Yes.
be great.
There's an empty table right over there.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
But of course.
Is there
Yes.
do you have a doctor or somebody that you can recommend?
We can get you a doctor. What is your element?
Just something we want to see if he can help me with. I have something on my arm that's growing that
It's
I
like a
can't-
rash.
Like a rash, yes.
How is it very bad? You need it tonight?
If we can, that would be terrific. I would actually pay extra for it.
We will try and get you a doctor tonight.
Please, thank you.
Yes. He goes off to the side. He motions to an underling who
I'm going to go to my room
looks curious,
refuse to
but
associate
takes
with you for
off
the remainder of the
outside the
evening.
door. You guys are inside. You're heading up to your room.
Well, I'm threatening to.
You're threatening to. You're at your table for right now. He brings over a
Please.
bottle.
These are the wages of indulgence.
To that.
The bottle. It's good wine. You guys are knocking it back with a little bit of Zambuca.
I keep
at the
my
same
hand underneath my cloak, you know.
time. Okay.
covered.
You're keeping it hidden. Off out of the corner of your eye, you see near the entranceway a small individual you recognize once before, who motions to you in such a
Yes.
manner, and he's standing by the door.
I said I'll be right back. That same gentleman, remember side that I told you? Well, he's back. Let me go talk to him. So I will approach him and I say, Kimina, Kimina.
Here you go. There you go.
So I have something that I didn't notice before. Maybe I will go. Yes. Why? Why?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. What?
He
Come
pulls
over.
you into a shadow.
Yes.
What?
Will you? The issue that you have with talking, is it because you have a little bit of a speech slur? Do you know what it's from?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did they leave the inn or just in a
No,
darker
they're
area
in a
of
dark
the
corner of
existing
the
inn?
inn.
No problem, my friend. I understand.
Yolo's just gonna go over by the fire and just gonna sit by the
Can
fire.
you-
Okay,
Were
Yolo
we
is
able to
by
find
the fire.
somebody?
Cyaxaries, you're enjoying the wine. I don't know what Artasha is doing.
No, I'm not
You're
gonna-
sitting over it. He's like it pulled you into a darkened area
Artasha
where you
is,
can
is currently drinking as well, but just out of exasperation more than for pleasure.
Were you able to find any kind of a wizard or magic
Yeah,
wizard? Are they here?
No.
Oh.
Hey, we go.
Huh?
We go.
We have to go
Yeah.
now. Why don't you bring them here? No. Okay. I'm gonna. Is it okay? I have friends here. They'll join us.
No.
No, but I need to have my friends join us because.
No.
Okay. All right. I will say I will be right back. I will be back.
Yolo wants to just look at who he's talking to. I know, I understand that they're in the shadows, but I can't see very
Yep,
good. But any glance that I get at him, I just wanted a general description of him. I just want
You
to
see someone the same height as him, which in and of itself is really, really weird.
see. Yeah.
Clearly, they're a bearded individual. They have a large floppy hat, which is
Okay.
almost looks like an alpine broad-brimmed hat. Kind
Older?
I'm sorry.
Is it older age?
He's older in age and he's older in age. He has a cloak on him. He's wearing a tunic, and but it's kind of dark, and he somewhat nondescript. I mean, a bearded guy with a broad brim
Okay.
hat and a cape.
Okay.
I mean,
It's no distinct characteristics other than that.
He's made to blend in.
Okay. All right. Okay.
he looks. I mean, in the dark and shadow, the only striking thing is the unusual height.
Okay.
I mean, he and Woodpecker are talking at the same level.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I said,
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Don't go far.
Fascinating
I don't like
friends.
this.
Yes.
I don't like this at all.
I think I'll be.
I'm not sure I trust anyone who is friends with him.
I will follow.
Well, he takes off into the street, and you stay with him.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say I am not even gonna tell them. I'm just gonna, as they're gone less than 60 seconds, I'm gonna try to loosely tail them.
Okay, you take off after them. You get out.
I think I'm sneaky, by the way.
Okay, cool. You take off.
He's
into-
drunk but sneaky.
He's drunk but sneaky. You take off into the snow, and at least initially, it's very easy to follow their footsteps. He takes you, and you guys are meandering down through the streets, if you will, going back and forth. And you're staying back enough that you can kind of, sort of see them. And then you're continuing to plod onward. And as you continue to plod onward, kind of going through the streets, if you will, you're kind of like meandering back and forth, these little cuts. Every once in a while, you'll make a right turn, and then he'll go a little bit farther, and then you come to an intersection, he'll make a left turn. And you get the impression he's intentionally trying to go rather circuitously. And then he rounds a corner, and so far you're staying. You're pretty good at stealth. I'm assuming you're
Solid.
yeah, solid. So you're kind of staying with them, and he rounds a corner, and he said,
What?
"Hey, weapon."
Ready my weapon? I ready my weapon.
Weapon.
What?
Weapon.
What?
Weapon.
Oh, we're being followed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Ready weapon.
Yeah.
And he goes around a corner and he pushes himself up against a wall.
I push up against the wall.
Ready weapon. Whatever comes around the corner, we hack.
Okay.
You
You got
ready?
it. No problem.
Okay. You're following.
I'm at the ready.
You're staying right with them. Give me an intelligence. What would you use to follow? Whatever it is your best, do it with advantage.
I would think my dexterity of being
Sure, dex with advantage.
I'm gonna have my sword at the ready.
Okay. Whatever comes around the corner,
We should kill him.
we go.
Yeah, no problem.
with a mod, I assume.
Sure.
9.
9.
You're dead.
So you round a corner and you just see tracks in the snow going in multiple directions, and you're at the moment you're not sure where they went. What are you doing?
2, 3, 4. Going right.
Going right? So 1, 2 left, 3, 4 straight, 5, 6 right. So you said you went
Right.
1, 2. Okay, so you go right. You turn to the right. You see tracks all over the place, but you don't see them anywhere. Damn it.
And is it like along, or is it one of those things where now there's so many varied directions I could have,
There's
track wouldn't really help me.
there's multiple
Yeah.
directions. I mean, this is a narrow medieval street where somebody didn't like lay it out in a grid. And
Well, I'm going
Yeah.
to do my best to make a big box of lefts. So in other words, I went right, so I'll go a block, make a left, look. Make another left when the first
Okay.
opportunity to try to create a box where I can see in every direction at some point.
while you're doing that, he says,
We good? Okay.
let's go. And he takes off and he goes around another bend and he turns left and he pauses a moment.
Okay.
And he reaches in his pocket and he said, put it on.
What?
Put it on.
What is it?
Put it on.
No. They were okay. I'm not putting anything on.
All right.
Bye.
He vanishes. You find yourself standing in the middle of the street.
you were
You're
supposed to put that
meandering
on.
around.
Huh?
I think you were supposed to put that on.
Because I can't. I am not putting it on. Because I can't see getting stabbed.
Roll another dex investigation. Straight up, though.
Straight? Right. Natural 20.
Natural 20. So you're bending around some corners and you see Woodpecker standing there in the snow. If you didn't move.
I didn't move, but I have a question. Even though I know he went invisible, right? Most likely, because I know what he can do. I do the same.
Yep.
I can still see tracks. You can still see tracks.
Yeah.
Is you see tracks moving away?
Oh, yeah, you see tracks.
So I try to follow the tracks. I'd say,
Okay.
well, I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not going to do anything anyway. Forget it. I'm not going to do it. Because I'm not going to do anything anyway. What am I going to do? Attack? I'm not going to do that.
I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to. I'm gonna say, listen. I'm going to head back to the inn.
Okay, you turn to head back to the inn, and you see Cyaxares standing there.
Hey.
Yeah.
Where's
Where's your friend?
Yeah, he disappeared, but he was taking me wherever. Then he wanted me to put a hood on. I will follow, but I'm not putting a hood on because I can't see. If something were to happen, I can't even see getting stabbed or whatever. There's no way I can do that.
You want to blindfold you?
Yeah, I will do a lot of things when I get blindfolded by somebody I don't know. This is not my birthday,
Don't blame you.
so yeah. He was supposed to arrange for a magic user, hopefully, and I thought maybe we can get some stuff identified, but I guess not. Whatever it is, it is. Didn't work out. It didn't work out. but I don't put any blindfolds on.
That's terrible.
Yeah, let's head back to the end. Maybe the doctor's there. They can fix my arm. Yeah, let's go. I make a double time beeline for the end.
Okay, you double time the
Follow.
two of you. It takes a few minutes. I mean, you've been following and you've been doing pretty good, but it's very disorienting down here in the city center, if you will. And eventually, you make your way back toward the tavern and back inside. One more time, you guys stumble. The two of you. You did not go to your room. I don't remember what you did.
I was sitting by the fire, but Yola.
Oh, you're sitting by the
Yeah,
fire.
but Yola's totally passed out in the chair, sleeping. He fell asleep.
Past it.
Just sleeping,
Okay.
enjoying the warmth of the fire.
You come inside. The fire is very, very warm and comfortable. The crowd is starting to thin at this point. You guys, the two of you stumble in out of the cold, brushing off the snow, brushing off the cold. You're inside again.
I will go to the innkeeper and ask, did you have any luck finding a doctor or a medicine man?
Yes. Yes, I did have someone luck. I couldn't help but notice you departed a few
Yes.
minutes ago, and
Yes, I'm back.
it seemed like a little bit of a hurry.
I'm back.
Is everything all right?
Yes, everything is fine.
He had to pee.
Yes.
You know, we have facilities here.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Very nice facilities.
I'm sure they're beautiful.
You're okay.
I am perfectly fine. And he is.
Yes, we should have a doctor by shortly. Where
Thank
do you wish to meet with the doctor?
Where?
Where do you wish to meet with the
we
doctor?
can meet in my room.
In your room.
Yes.
Very well.
Okay.
Very, very
Let me
well.
know when he's here. We can go up to my room.
Yes. Very well. Everything okay? He heard groaning from somewhere in there. Oh, just
My friend is perpetually unhappy. Don't worry about it.
okay.
He's got issues of being a happy person.
Stomach issues too.
Yes, whatever it is.
Okay. So
He needs to find Jesus.
the rest of you are downstairs. You're downstairs. You see Yolo sleeping in a big chair by the fire, very comfortable.
And Artisha is nursing the wine.
Artisha nursing the wine off to the side. What are you doing there, Syax? Reese?
If he's going to his room and he told me that a doctor will be going.
No, I'm not going. I'm going to wait for him.
Oh,
here.
you're gonna wait
We're
here.
going to go up when he gets here.
I'm just gonna chill
Yeah.
here and
That was faster than
enjoy
I expected.
the rest
What
of
was?
my wine.
Your return.
Didn't work out like I expected to.
Really?
No.
How unexpected.
No, so it was somebody from the Thieves Guild. They said that I tried to arrange a meeting with a magic user, hopefully to help us identify whatever items we have. The person said that he can arrange it, and said he had somebody who wanted me to follow him. I don't mind following. I have ways to protect myself. But right before we were supposed to enter or go somewhere, he asked me to put on a blindfold, a hood. And one thing I won't do, I will not put on a hood. I want to go blind somewhere. So I said I'm not. He said then have a good day, and he disappeared, which is fine. I'm not gonna put on a blindfold to go meet someone I don't know. For all I know, I can have a sword coming at me. I won't even see it. That I won't do.
Then, and the mage was for what exactly?
I didn't tell him for what. I wanted to see maybe the mage we could have paid to identify whatever these items would be.
And now, because of your reticence and inability to humble yourself, we are now forced to look for another source of identification, which might very well be willing to share that information with people we do not want to know about it.
By the way, I can get the gentleman back here. I'm pretty sure you can follow him. Put the hood on if you like.
I am not a member of the Thieves Guild.
It doesn't matter. I can arrange it probably if you like. I'm not going to put on a hood. You're more than welcome to.
That guy's got a hood. Maybe he'll give it to you.
if you want to, I can
pointing
see
at
about
Yola.
that. I will not.
Pointed in
I will
any
not.
direction.
Listen, for the right amount of
Yola's
silver,
sleeping
anything
with
is
this one, huh?
doable. If you want to go, but just expect, put on a hood, who you're gonna meet, what you're gonna meet, what's gonna end up with you. Listen, these are the. I can tell you, if they're anything like my family, you might not make it back. Trust me, just because it's a thieves guild does not mean that they're your friends.
I would never said that they were.
Right. So just because I belong to a thieves guild doesn't mean they're my friends. They would rob me just as fast as well, probably not, but they kill me
YOLO
just as fast.
wakes up and goes, YOLO need 8 hour, going to bed.
And he'll get up and start going up towards his room. Go to
So
bed.
if you, one thing I will not do is I won't go blind. I will go somewhere because I have ways to get out.
Yolo think this is very important, but tomorrow we must speak to Baron.
It's okay.
And then I go upstairs.
I'm going to go meditate. And Dr. Shaw throws a gesture that looks vaguely offensive, but no one recognizes at Woodpecker before walking up the stairs.
Okay.
So I will then wait for the doctor.
Okay. You wait for the doctor.
Is society staying or are you going to
I'm
sleep as
gonna
well?
keep my eye on you.
Thank you, my friend.
When I do get upstairs, I'm meditating on the vision and trying to see if I receive any further, if anything sharpens.
Are you balancing on your scimitar?
No.
Meditating.
That'd be awesome.
No, this I'm holding the sword like this with the blade here.
Are you whipping yourself with that razor? Penance?
Help me out here. What are you trying to?
No, I'm just
to
I'm
determine?
meditating on the vision that was mentioned. That was the reason I have any knowledge at all of what's going on, even if that knowledge is extremely spotty and incomplete.
Kind of like our party. Spotty and incomplete.
Let me ponder that. I need to ponder that a little bit more.
No, I was
in
just.
depth.
It was just.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not
it's all
doing
good.
anything.
You meditate upon it. I need to read a little bit. Be blunt. Read a little bit more about this Black Lotus and figure it out. But nothing initially comes to your mind. A few minutes, well, not a few minutes, probably about 15, 30 minutes after later, there's been comings and goings of people. Some people are coming in, some people are coming in and getting late dinner. But about 15 to 30 minutes later, two distinct people. One, a woman with several satchels and what looks like an assistant of some sort come in, and they approach the tavern keeper. And there's some words exchanged, and he points in your general direction. And the woman comes over to you, and she says, "You're looking for a doctor.
Yes, I am.
What is the problem?" And
Um,
I was told it is an emergency. You look.
Yes,
Nothing's an emergency, to be honest.
Is there anybody around us?
I mean, it's not like empty.
So I pull back my sleeve a little bit and I show, I don't know what happened to my arm today. All of a sudden this happened.
Well, am I glad I'm not there with you?
She just pauses. She looks at it for a moment, and she.
And I put the two so she can compare the two next to each other. Not like flashing, but
I
like.
understood. And are you ill as well?
No.
No, he was not affected for some reason.
I don't know how he got that.
Oh, I wasn't suggesting that you did. Well, I'm not sure, but I think we might be able to try something. But I don't think this is really the appropriate place for it.
I have a room if you can go there.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to show you what we're looking at.
Okay. You're going to have to take off your shirt.
That's fine.
Okay. Very well. I'll follow you.
Sai, you want to come?
Somebody's got to watch you.
Okay. We will proceed to my room.
Okay. You proceed.
My palatial suite.
Your palatial suite. She says to you, please take off your shorts. And,
I will take off my shirt, my cape, and my shirt.
okay,
My leather armor.
There's
top.
a chair in the room.
Right.
She asks you to sit down. You see her readying a syringe. And she's squeezing some liquid.
What
out
is
of
that?
it. It is going to numb your arm.
What do you think this is right now?
I suspect, my guess is it is some type of poison. So I'm going to try and slow your metabolism down so that it lowers the spread. And then see if that does do so, and then perhaps try something else to try and
Okay.
perhaps cause it to not proceed further and maybe absorb some of it in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
We might have to
Do we have
bleed
to cut it
you.
off?
Well, I don't think yet.
Yet?
I don't think yet, but I mean that would be very expeditious.
No.
No,
Cutting
I
off is
didn't
not-
think it was
no.
something you would necessarily want. So,
I will allow her. I don't know if this is a good idea, but
well, it's
I don't
up
have
to
a
you.
choice.
I'm not trying to make you do it. I was
I
called here in the middle of the night.
Yes. And I will let her. I will pull back my sleeve. Oh, I mean, I already.
Well,
have
you
it.
take
Yeah,
off your.
yeah, yeah.
She says, "This is you're going to feel a slight sting." She puts like a leather strap around your arm, and then she injects you. Just roll a con saving throw, please.
Uh, 11.
Okay, you see, you start to feel yourself getting a little bit drowsy, if you will, kind of like groggy, not like just like slowing down, if you will. She turns to you. This may take a little while. Are you going to stay with him?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Are
very well.
you staying?
Oh, of course I'm staying. Yes, of course. Yes,
Excellent.
yes. You start to get a little bit drowsy. You still have all your conscience and faculties, and a little bit goes by, and the assistant turns and mumbles something to you. Oops. He mumbles something to you, and he says, "Go to sleep." And you fall over, asleep. The doctor comes to you. You will be fine.
I'm sorry?
The doctor comes to you
Yes.
and says, "You will be fine,
Yes.
but you want to leave here tomorrow.
Okay.
Will you leave here tomorrow?
Why do we have to leave here tomorrow?
Because this is not a good place for you."
Okay. And if I don't leave tomorrow, what happens?
This won't be a very good place for you.
Okay.
Will you leave first thing in the morning, or do I need to persuade you?
I can leave first. If will you save my arm?
If that will persuade you to leave first thing in the morning, you will keep your arm.
Yes. I will leave first thing in the morning, and I will try to persuade my friends. But as
You
best I
must
can.
leave first thing in the morning.
Okay. I will leave first thing in the morning.
Very well. Have a good night. You feel the drug slowly overcome you, and you just pass out in the chair. You wake up a little while later, and you see him passed out in the chair. His arm is there. He's still unconscious. You're up in your room. You're
In my room.
in your room.
I struggle to kind of get myself upright and kind of back with it. And seeing him unconscious, not knowing what happened, and do I have any memory of that sleep?
Yes, you distinctly.
And as soon as I remember that, I start getting really mad, and I go over and try to shake him and wake him up pretty violently.
You are groggy and out of it. Like, you wake up, but it's like, you know you've been drugged, and you're just like, you can hear him, and you can communicate with him. Probably not like this, but you can communicate with him.
Gotta talk like that though.
They injected me, and then he said, "We gotta leave tomorrow morning, or else."
That
The doc-
whatever
and he-
put me to sleep.
yeah,
Said these words, and I was out.
Yeah, I was.
I told you about that magic.
Well, I don't know, my arm, I needed to make sure I don't lose it. He said he could save it, but we got to leave tomorrow. And I said, what happens if I don't leave tomorrow? And he said, it's not a good idea, bad things will happen. And then I said, I will leave tomorrow. I said, I don't know about my friends. He said, well, they all better leave tomorrow. I said, well, I will leave tomorrow. Now,
Did they fix your arm?
I don't know. Does my arm look fixed?
His arm looked
It looks the same.
discolored. Can't even do anything.
Really?
Look.
They
And
lied.
if it's covered in any way, I'll show him. I'll point it out where.
I
it
look.
No, he's bare chested. He's
Okay.
He's
I
from
looked
the waist
and I
up.
looked and I can't really. I guess I'm upset, but I can't show it because I'm all out. I'm like, oh no, they lied. Okay, then we have to go kill him tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
so-
we'll lie. We're not leaving.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm going back to sleep.
I'll sit here and guard.
Oh, okay, please, thank you.
You pass out.
And then we kill him.
Vicious headache.
You pass out. Well, I mean, it's not from whatever was done to you by that person.
No,
but
it was
may be
self-inflicted.
From a couple bottles of wine, perhaps. The next morning rises uneventfully, and you guys are in your room. Your arm still looks the same. If you passed out on the floor, he's still there in the chair.
Well, I'm going to do my best to stay
Bare
awake
chest-
if I can for the rest of the night.
Oof, you're going to be pretty tired, but okay. You roll a Constitution check with disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage. 17.
You
Oh,
met-
no, disadvantage. Wrong. 7.
Seven. You pass. At some point, you pass out. At some point, you passed out in the middle of the night, but you do wake up the next morning, or he kicks you awake. You wake up. You're groggy, like you've come off of like a drugged sleep, not like you had a full
Yeah.
rest, but at the same time, it's
Like
kind of like
anesthesia.
a anesthesia sleep. It's not the same kind
Yeah.
of sleep, if you will. But you're fine.
My arm?
I mean, it tingles still, but it also seems to have worked up to, it seems to have worked up to your shoulder right now. It's kind of this bluish silver. Imagine this color, but kind of bluish at the same
Yeah.
time.
I said, okay, so this guy told me we gotta leave. He said we're gonna save my arm. Obviously, it got worse. It was all a scam. First, I'm gonna go to the innkeeper and find out who this doctor is.
File a complaint.
And then, if anything, I'm gonna kill the innkeper. And
Wait,
then
whoa,
I'm gonna kill the doctor too.
Whoa. Slow down. Ow. What should we tell the others first?
Then we're gonna kill the innkeper and doctor. Sure.
Well, maybe not that part.
Sure. I mean, if they want to go and kill him with me, because this is not good. This is really.
You're
bad.
like, it's gonna be 1, maybe 2, on however many people are in the way. That's
Whatever.
gonna get ugly.
or whatever.
There might be a better way to do
Okay.
this and handle
Because
this.
he promised he was going to save my arm if I leave today. Obviously, he did not leave. He did not save my arm. He lied.
No, and they
And besides, he messed me up and he messed you up as well.
exactly.
So, okay, let's. Let's go and find Yolo and
Artisha.
Artisha.
You go down into the common room. There's breakfast being served. There's food, different foods out, sausages, breads, eggs, all different kinds of stuff. There's even alcohol, but there's also some fresh juices to the extent that you drink that, and also milk and what have you, and breads and lots and lots of food. The innkeeper is down there, and he's like, "Good morning to our Espion says, good morning. I hope everything worked out all right for you."
Was not very good. Where can I find this doctor? He made it worse.
The doctor made it worse.
Made it worse. Whatever the issue was, made it worse. Where can I find this doctor?
Where my assistant went, and one of my assistants
can you-
from last night.
Where's the assistant?
Well, they're on the night shift. But
Okay.
I will reach out to them. If, you
Please,
know.
I need to see the doctor immediately.
You need to see the doctor.
Yeah, because whatever he did not help in any way, made it worse. I need to know what's going
I'm
on.
so sorry to hear
Yes.
that. That is terrible news. Might I ask,
Yes.
in the utmost of privacy, is this like I know I saw the two of you go up to the room. So is this like a man thing, like performance? Because I have things that that can satisfy the two
No,
of
it
you.
was not a man thing performance. It was a doctor. You said it was a doctor. You told me
He's
Yes.
that.
asking what
your
affliction
ailment is. If it was like a performance issue, like with your
No, not
partner,
performance
yeah.
issue. No.
Okay, I'm just asking because I have other things. That,
No, I don't need other
doctors
things.
don't necessarily.
I have no problem with performance.
Okay.
I need the doctor back.
That's okay. I will send for.
Please, tell me where does he have, like the doctor has like a home, or where does he see people? Or does he only come to you?
I don't know. I will.
Okay,
reach,
please.
It's not like we have them on call for this particular.
I understand.
inn,
I appreciate
but of course,
Okay.
please enjoy some breakfast. And
Okay.
I'm glad that you're otherwise okay. You seem like you're okay. You're like in full of spirits of some
I am
sort.
a lot of spirit.
Very, very, very
Yes.
and ready to go.
Yes.
Yes. That is good. Whatever is
Ready
in-
to go. Once I see the doctor, we can go.
Okay. Very, very. We will take care of that. You guys come downstairs.
Well, Yolo's already. I imagine Yolo's already downstairs, but he's sitting in a corner, eating his breakfast, packing his bag, just
similar with Artisha,
Just
actually. He
getting
was,
getting tidied up, ready to go.
Ready to face the day.
Yeah.
Similar with Artisha, though they'll probably eating a somewhat simpler breakfast than the
So
other
you
members of the
see your
party.
compatriots coming down, and I don't know how much of what you heard between Woodpecker and Espion Infiltre,
Probably not much.
but you could see an exchange taking place. I suspect it's not that big.
And
of a
I
room.
would fill in the holes that
Well,
I
it's
can
up to you.
recall.
Yeah, we would come back and.
You
tell
come
him.
back, all four of you are around the table.
What did you do?
So, just to let you know, we're most likely gonna have to go kill the doctor.
Maybe we
With
can heal him before
with
we kill
doctor.
So I asked.
Are we
the
not
innkeeper-
leaving, or are we
No.
not going to speak to the
No,
Baron and
no,
then leave?
We-
no.
For one,
no,
it's
I'm
doctor,
not-
it's
no.
high
What
three, and
did
then
you
something to
do?
that.
No. So I asked for the doctor for my arm
Did
thing.
that
You know,
sleep
surgery
thing.
yesterday, and
Knocked
and
me
then the doctor came, took me upstairs. He said he was going to give me an injection to help me heal, to stop the spread, and then to subside, and then to go away. I said okay. So he gave me. I felt groggy, and I was very drunk, and then I saw. Sai pass out all of a sudden. I don't know what happened there. And then he told me that if I have to leave tomorrow or bad things are going to happen. I was like, okay, I'll leave tomorrow to save my arm. He said, he'll save my arm if I leave tomorrow. I said, I will leave tomorrow if you save my arm. He said, okay. So I passed out, and my arm now is
Yolo,
worse.
Yolo, have a question. Have you left tomorrow?
What?
Today.
Have you left?
If my arm was better, I'd leave.
He said he will save your arm if you leave tomorrow.
Right.
Did
He
you
said-
leave yet?
No, because he didn't save my arm.
You have not left
I
yet.
think what our moronic compatriot is attempting to say is that the doctor said that he would save the arm on the condition that later, that being this morning, we left. That meaning he would not have to wait until today to save it. He would save it last night.
Yeah,
Is that what he said?
that's what he said. He's going to save my arm.
It does not seem.
He
to
said
me
you have to leave.
it
He says you have to leave tomorrow, or bad things are going to happen.
Does
I
not-
said,
YOLO,
I said, will you save my arm if I leave?
your arm is fine. The problem is that you are a lawbreaker. YOLO, I suggest we hand him over to the guards and spare ourselves having to deal with the legalities.
Yolo does not believe this was Doctor at all. Yolo believes
I
that
agree.
this was
Well,
No,
obviously,
not
so I
doctor.
went to the innkeeper. So he sent one of his
Yo-
workers to get this guy. I want to know who this doctor is. We're gonna go see what happened, and then if he can't, if
Yolo
he's not a real
thinks-
doctor, we just have to kill him.
Yolo thinks this doctor was employed by the ambassador. So
Probably,
if you
that's
wish
why-
to go kill this doctor who is employed by the
He
ambassador,
wasn't a doctor.
you
He wasn't
must
a
be.
real doctor.
You, I do not know his name, but you called him doctor. So I think if you wish to go do harm to this person, you will face the full force of the ambassador and the guards. If this is what you wish to do, I will not stop you. However, my plan is to leave this morning and
But I
head
need to
further
fix
to
my
the
arm.
Citadel. You
I had hoped to take advantage of the
I'm afraid it's going to spread.
Opportunities.
It's going to spread, and then eventually, I don't know what's going to happen.
I believe we have overstayed our welcome. I would much rather take my chances with leaving and finding other help than
Wasn't
to
there
try to
supposed
go
to
to
be
the source.
an invitation or something that we'd been offered?
No, it was to stay, and then
No,
it was to leave.
to me, to we were supposed to get us some H also. I thought.
Well, to your question, I think you were asked by the prince to meet with the princess
Yes.
at an undetermined time. There wasn't anything defined sent, but he, I think, got the impression it was like in the impending future. And to your question was,
No, I thought they were gonna. Yolo asked them for a magic individual, and they said they were gonna help us with something. I thought that was the impression.
I think they said that somebody would try to help.
Right.
Yeah, somebody would try to help. And then you were thinking, what?
I thought we were told that we had to leave the city, and that that's
Well,
what I
you're
thought.
not right.
happened.
Well, he was just told.
Not right. No,
That's
they,
what-
But
they
before
said,
then, they made
No.
yesterday, the day before.
no, they said that we should move on.
Yeah,
yes, yes.
Oh, you're talking about with the
Suggested.
ambassadors.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, the ambassador strongly suggested that you
Suggested, but it wasn't
It
an order.
wasn't like you need to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I understood it, the implied, like, hey, look, don't want to see you around here tomorrow. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the implication. Like, that's what I understood it as. That's why I wanted to try to get stuff done yesterday, like, the day before. So,
Did you get some done?
YOLO,
too late
YOLO.
by the time.
Well, you do what you wish to do.
Okay.
YOLO must go pick up supplies, and I would like to leave a gift for the princess. And thanks for the invitation to meet up with the prince and the princess. Perhaps we can reschedule that at another time. But YOLO believes we need to move further towards the Citadel, right? Silver Wind, right? Silver Wind is the bigger portion of the city,
Silverleaf.
So,
We're
we're
in
in
Silverleaf.
Silverleaf.
Oh, it's Silverleaf. Okay.
and then the Citadel is in Silver Wind. Is that right?
That does,
Oh,
I do not remember anything about a citadel.
Oh,
So you guys are in the city of Silverleaf.
right.
And Silverleaf is a large walled city.
Yeah.
And there is a central portion of the city, which is kind of like the government / military.
The royal
housing.
quarter.
And there is a citadel there. There is an
Right.
inner fortress within the city of Silverleaf.
It's about a day away from where we're at.
No,
Oh.
that is Silverleaf. It is a large city.
Oh, okay.
Now, about a day to the east from where you are is a different city.
Okay.
Which is where the ambassador is from.
called Silverwind.
Okay.
I know it's confusing.
Yes.
Silverwind, which is the capital of the Aigile Dominion,
Right. Okay.
which is a different. There's no
Country.
nationalism, but
Okay.
there's a different country, if you will.
We were asked to leave.
By one who is not local to this city.
Right.
Therefore, no jurisdiction whatsoever to tell us to leave.
Okay. Well, we could go and have an audience with the princess
You
today.
could.
But first, I
I
must
propose,
get
I propose that
supplies.
we offer him as tribute.
In all seriousness, we do need to be concerned about his arm, though.
You know what I think it is? I think it's a
Nobody
thief
cares.
mark.
Nobody cares what you think.
It's a thief mark.
Nobody cares what you think.
YOLO care,
I
because
care.
YOLO travel with you. So we need to know if people are following us because of this.
We need to get it. That's why I needed to get it healed. So I need
It's
to
not
get-
something that is healed. It is basically ink.
But how do you get? What do you mean it's ink? It's inside my arm. It's in
It's
my.
a way of marking that you stole the chest.
That's fine. Okay, so there's got to be a way to get rid of it too.
Yes,
Or-
but I do not think going to kill the ones who did this to you would necessarily
not
fix
even,
it.
not
We
even
could
the
find
one.
other ways.
No, not even the ones who did this to him. The ones who told him that that he brought the wages of his own sins down upon him, and
I don't want to kill the person that did it. He's
You
got
did
nothing-
it.
No, he has nothing to do with the guy who cursed the coins. He has nothing to do with it. He just did his job. He cursed the coins, okay? The person who injected me and then made it worse and told me he was going to make it better, and then...
or perhaps it just progressed naturally over the course of the evening, and you're assigning blame to someone else to throw the weight of your sins off of your own shoulders.
Oh, no, I'm okay with the sins and the thing with the chest. I just want to get it fixed.
No matter what, whoever attacked me had no right to, and whoever attacked him
What
had
exactly
no right
was
to.
it? What exactly did this attack consist of?
A form of magic that caused me to lose consciousness.
Did this occur? What exactly did this magic take the form of?
Of someone
Wine.
going sleep. And
All
then
YOLO
It sounds
thought
to
was wine.
me like it was not an attack.
you weren't there.
There was an attack. He attacked him with magic.
I saw it.
What
I
is the
felt
difference?
You were dead drunk.
If I
Not
come over
likely.
and I slap him and he passes out, it's an attack, just like magic is an
Okay,
attack.
okay. What do you wish to do?
Fix my arm.
How?
I don't know. I figured the doctor. That's why I asked for the doctor.
You know what I think?
Okay, whoa, hang on. Then what? So you think the doctor.
Then we can leave.
Now what?
I don't care.
But now what is your plan? What is it you wish to do?
Find out where this doctor was.
Mike?
Find out what's going on, and then either he tells me, explain to me what happened, and then he's going to tell me if he can fix it. And if he can't fix it, and he just attacked me with this whatever he injected, I'm going to have to kill him.
I
Okay.
have an alternative course of action.
Yes.
If this is indeed a thieves' mark, then I can think of one group of people who will be very experienced in dealing with it.
I don't want to put on a hood. They're going to make you
Get
put on a hood.
over your
This
pride.
hood. It's not the pride. I can
It
lose
is
more than my
pride.
arm. No, I can lose more than my arm.
Refusing to put on the hood is pride.
It's not pride.
Yes, it is.
It's called self-preservation.
I agree.
It's self-preservation.
You asked for their aid, you did not abide by their laws. Therefore, you are too proud to abide by
No,
the
not proud.
by the rules
Self-preservation.
you were attempting to benefit from.
Self-preservation. I'm not too proud to put on a hood. I put on a hood with girls all the time.
Somehow I doubt that.
I think
It's a ball mask.
Well, in that instance,
I'm sorry.
I think that I can believe it. Where you're serving as a footstool for someone else.
Maybe you have a point. I don't know with this. Listen, my whole family, the whole lineage is thieves. I've never seen this before. right?
You've never been okay.
I've never seen anybody have this before. I've never seen
Have
anybody.
you ever had to have been? Have you ever known about being blindfolded to be taken to a secret location?
Yes, the problem is sometimes it doesn't work out very well. That's the problem. Based on my family, you know,
this is the nature
Forced
of being
him to go
thief.
alone.
Sometimes, right? It's risk reward.
yeah, I know, but listen, sometimes it doesn't work out very well for the blindee, not the blinder.
YOLO will not stop you. Go do what you do. YOLO will prepare to leave.
YOLO.
That is YOLO's stance.
Or the other option, we can at least get the name. We're not going to go far. Maybe we can get help for you outside the city and come back when we're least expected.
Well, it's kind of gated. They're gonna know we're coming.
Know we're coming.
With the city's
The wages of indulgence.
We leave the city like they ordered.
maybe
Who's to say we didn't show up another day or
Maybe-
week or month?
maybe the new
When the guard
annoying
is down.
maybe the new annoying person has a point. Maybe I should just contact the guild again and see what they have to say. What do you think, Si?
That's a risk I'm not sure I'd be willing to take.
I don't know.
You can ask if you can have someone go with you.
You're gonna have to get blindfolded too.
If you're going to go blindfolded, I at least want to be there with you. Even if I'm blindfolded.
Or what if we both get stabbed? I don't want you to get stabbed because of my stupidity. With the whole gold thing and with the gem. I get it, but you know, don't need you to get stabbed because of me. Fine, you know. Okay.
So you guys are breaking up. YOLO, you're heading out to go shopping.
Yes.
You go.
YOLO, before
If
you
you're
go,
just looking for normal items, you have no problem finding them.
Okay.
Normal cost.
Okay.
YOLO, before you go,
Yeah.
do we wish to pursue this audience? Is there anything that we have to gain from it in the immediate sense?
The audience with the princess.
Correct.
Perhaps. I wish to check on if they can help with perhaps an audience with a magic user. But I also want to know if the princess has any idea about Cyaxaries' family history and
Cyaxaries.
and the fake gems that we are
His
tracking.
family is tied to the gems.
Yes.
Face.
I see. I was not aware of this,
YOLO,
my friend.
YOLO, yappy,
I
yappy, yappy, big mouth.
I am tired.
We don't even know who this guy is.
I am
We met him like a
tired.
day ago.
I am tired of lies. I am tired of deceit. I am tired. I am here to do good.
My
There
friend,
is no
How do we
good.
know Artasha's here to do good?
I'm here to do the good that is the best for my people.
Artasha is a man of Kronos. I have full trust in Artasha.
That is much appreciated, my friend. I shall repay your trust.
We
In-
must
in
trust
excess.
each other. If we do not trust each other, evil has already defeated us.
I trust you. I trust Sai. I
Is
don't know.
trust not earned?
Artasha I met 2 days ago. Or a
Have
day
I
ago,
not
whatever
earned your
it was.
trust?
You have.
Has Artasha not laid his life on the line in order to earn
Known
your
him
trust?
for about 9 hours.
He laid it. It was either kill or get killed. It's not like he
Do you not
laid his
trust-
life.
Do you not
I could
trust
have
YOLO?
left.
I trust
YOLO
you.
trust Artasha.
I doubt you could just. They would have still followed you and tried.
That
to
should be enough.
You're more than welcome. You can leave now. But,
You're making it very tempting to want to turn you into the guards, my friend.
but,
This, what he just said, is not a bad idea.
turn me into the guards. You're gonna do
Yes.
that. You're gonna do that to me.
It's not what we're doing to you, it's what we all may be able to weave from that.
Explain.
Elaborate.
Perhaps it's a way back in. to start a discussion about
About the fact that I stole the chest, and you're gonna lock me
Or
up.
it's a way for us all to be in prison due to being accessory to a crime. If indeed
can-
this crime even really happened.
or we can run forever. Or perhaps we can go in and clear our name.
I mean, this
There
crime
are-
is still alleged.
We could
There are-
just continue to run forever
What
until
are we
they
run-
find
we're not
you
running from. We're not running.
and dismember you.
Running from what? You.
From
we
the-
went out.
You
From the
stole
law.
from them. They will
Stole
hunt
from
you
the
down.
royal house.
They have already threatened you. They will continue to hunt you down. I do not wish to have this on my conscience. I need to be able to do
And
what
quite-
Yolo needs to do without looking over his shoulder because you are a thief.
The looking over the shoulder part, I agree with. The conscience part, I gave up a long time ago.
What if we brought you in and found a way to work through this?
You're gonna lock me up so you can go and not look over your
He
shoulder?
is.
You are
He is-
thinking singularly. You are thinking only about Woodpecker.
Right.
I believe what our north-blooded friend is attempting to say is that perhaps, in exchange for some favor or service, we might be able to negotiate your freedom with the court.
And in doing so, you may keep your arm. Or, from the looks of it, it doesn't look like it will stop at arm.
Might go to Pecker.
Might already be, but do not want to see.
I do not need that image.
Everybody having a good time?
Yes.
Okay. Ay, 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 ay. Things never go the way you think they're going to go.
Nope. No, they don't.
Oh,
Because you had to
good.
throw that whole arm thing, silver and blue. Not you could have just let me count the money.
I
Count the
recognized
Monet.
you stole from the royal family.
We all knew it was a bad idea.
Do you know? What, the police do that with bags of cash in hostage situations. They put exploding packets of ink.
Okay. Well, first I gotta ask. Do you guys? It is morning. The sun is slowly creeping its way up. You guys have had your fill of breakfast. If you wanted mimosas, you can have mimosas. Where are you going? Are you going on the road to Silverwind or to Annandale? Or are you going to say your goodbyes to the prince and maybe meet with the princess? Or are you going someplace else? I mean, obviously we can squeeze shopping in there if you need to pick up some items
Now,
here
when you
and
say
there.
Annandale, do you mean Steinholt, like my home?
Steinholt, yes.
Yeah,
Steinholt, Annandale. I assume Annandale is like a county of
Province within it or something.
within Steinholt. Steinholt is a duchy, and your parents were nobles, and your name is Cyaxares of Annandale, right? So Annandale was probably your father's county. He was probably a count of some sort. I'm just guessing.
Yep.
Or you
Sounds
decide.
good. I like it.
Or are you doing something else? Do you know? Brian, did you have a good time?
Yes.
And what
You
is
wanna know
Brian?
what I think?
Yes.
What do I think
I
we're
do.
gonna do?
Nobody else can say anything.
Okay. What Yolo wants to do is go and meet with the princess and the prince
Okay.
and clear this whole situation with the stolen silver and them wanting us to leave the city immediately. I want to find out why, but I want to clear up this whole mess because we're just marked now. We're marked. So that's what Yolo wants.
Okay. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, absolutely.
What was your highlight?
The Temple of Kronos. Yeah. Like I'm very interested in exploring, Yolo's priest, priest archetype, right? And so that was really cool. It brought it to life. It brought it
love
more
that.
to life for me.
I
So
love
that was
that.
great.
I thought that was
Yeah.
really cool, and
Yeah.
that was completely, utterly unexpected. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, you had seen that I had created some blessings and so forth. So
Yeah.
I had some other notes for each god. But it wasn't like I had planned that for tonight. So that
Yeah,
was
no, it's
really,
great.
really
I
cool.
have to go back through it and make some notes of the stuff so that I can remember to practice it in character
very
and
cool.
do all that. So that was great, and I'm very grateful that Rainer went along with it and,
Yeah, no,
and
it
helped
was
me through it.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
3 experience, but you also got a lot of it, luck tokens. So it should put you at level 3+3, I think.
Yeah.
Kevin, did you have a good time?
I did.
What was your highlight?
I think the initial, I don't want to call it confrontation, but the initial discussion between the two halflings. It was just fun to sit back and watch. Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I didn't go quite the way I wanted it to. Thank you for saying that. I do appreciate it. I do think about this because I actually had written down in here, he talks with an Irish accent and his tongue against his lower teeth.
I could not hear a single.
I don't know. I don't know.
Irish.
I have no.
I was thinking that you were alluding to the fact that he had no teeth.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
not that.
that-
And you wanted.
Yeah.
He said when you went to get a drink,
Yeah. Like,
he said. He has no teeth. You need to offer him your teeth. I'm like, I don't say that.
No, he has teeth. He had teeth.
I do dental work on him right
It's all like
here.
this.
I thought he wanted me to do dental work on the spot.
It's very hard to do an Irish accent with your tongue against
Right?
your lower
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah, I was about to say I did not hear a single hint of Irish in there.
I'm sorry.
That's
I
funny.
digress, but you were saying.
Yeah,
So
exactly that. It's the whole
where
interaction
does
between the two.
Cyaxares want to go? What does he want to do?
Cyaxares is really torn. He feels like he should figure out a way to help Woodpecker, therefore help himself. But there is an inner fight within him brewing. He wants his own form of revenge. So, against his better judgment and fighting off his inner anger, I think looking for a diplomatic solution, for now, might be the best option.
So what does that mean?
That means potentially speaking to them,
To who?
whomever we need to, about what happened and why, and coming up with a possible solution diplomatically.
Sounded to me like if we leave, he's gonna be fine.
Or you'll die eventually.
That's not what they said. They said if we
They've
leave,
already lied many times.
said we didn't
They
leave
have
yet.
not actually lied.
They haven't. We haven't left yet.
They did not. I was
Okay.
asleep, but
All right.
they did
We
clearly
will
tell
leave
him.
and come back and see what.
They did tell him that if they healed his arm, which
No, they
Didn't.
didn't say that.
he said, if
From
he
what I
asked for them
understood.
to have the arm fixed, they said on the
He
condition.
wanted to have the arm fixed.
They
On the
said he will
condition you
keep his
leave,
arm.
we'll
keep
fix
his
it.
arm. Said he would keep his arm if you leave in the morning.
That's not what you told me. They said that morning.
Why?
Yeah, you weren't there, but yeah, it's all on the videotape.
Yeah.
In the immortal words of Warner Wolf, let's go
Yeah.
to the videotape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, awesome stuff. Some great role play from you tonight. I mean, great role play from everybody's, but awesome stuff, Kevin. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for the adventure log and hook. I use a level difference bonus. With the level difference bonus and tonight, 7 XP for tonight. That should be a ding level 3+3, I think.
Yay.
Correct me
that's
if
what I
I'm
have.
wrong. Okay, awesome stuff. James, do you have a good time?
Oh, great time.
What was your highlight?
It was way too many to mention. I mean, everything from the horse masseur.
Oh, that's right.
It was a long
I
story.
did not need to be reminded of that.
Reiner probably knows the real story behind that, right?
I vaguely. think
Okay, you don't remember, but
So I mean, I listen. I'll be honest with you. Before I really came here, I was not much into RP, but I really enjoyed just the RP today and just getting into mischief. It was a lot of fun.
yeah, I don't think there was a potential for combat. I think I had combat planned a couple times, but it just never happened.
Yeah.
And then there was potential for combat with your compatriot, but he turned right when you guys turned left. So,
Well, I would have.
which was
I would have hopefully recognized him and stopped
In the dark,
the
in the
slashing.
snow, down an alley. Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
And you're the one without dark vision, right?
Well, no, I don't think anybody has dark
I
vision.
don't think anybody.
Oh, that's true. That's right. Wrong.
Doesn't exist.
Never mind.
Yeah, just getting into all the mischief and everything, and then just this, or like I had a plan, like what I was gonna do today, like that day, and then everything got tossed aside and
Excuse me.
turned around when the whole hand thing happened. It was like that became the most important thing than anything else that that James had planned for Pecker to do.
Okay.
And it was a lot of fun. It was
Good.
It was a boatload.
Good. I love the way you rolled with my silly accent. And I'm sorry I broke character once there. And
I'll be honest with you.
tried not to.
I kept on going. Yeah. I understood nothing. Nothing.
I was
like-
amazed that you did understand. You played it really well, dude.
I was like, okay, yeah. I'm like, I understood like out of 10 or 12 words, like maybe one.
It was enough.
Yes.
It was enough. 3 XP for the night. Level 3 plus 3 is what I show you at.
Yep.
Let me know if I'm wrong. Reiner, did you have a good time?
I did, yes.
What was your highlight?
2 things. One, how seeing just how far I could push the mindset I'm building for my character, because by contrasting
Mines?
mindset,
Oh, the mindset. Okay.
because by contrasting with the various other people in the party, and second, also the Temple of Kronos moment, because that was very
Very
interesting.
cool. It was very cool.
I
On the
enjoyed
fly.
that. I'm having fun getting into how everything about the backstory makes Artisha a bit different than the other people in the party.
It's cool. Thank you for helping to develop that part of the world.
Of course.
I greatly appreciate it. You put a lot of work into it, and so your adventure log, I didn't get it by the Thursday prior, but you did do a lot of work on that other stuff. So I'm giving you credit for that. So with the work you built on building the world there, the level difference bonus, and tonight it should be 7 for you. It should put you at level 2 plus 3. I think that's a ding to level 2. Correct me if
Yes.
I'm wrong. Level 2.
Nice.
Guys, it's a open invitation. If there's something you want help, you want to pitch in to help develop in the world, like Reiner did, you don't have to. If you want to, help create something for Annandale or create something for some other part of the world, and I know Joe is kind of working with me on the side on where some, not all, half-orcs came from, because he wanted like a specific region where some might have been enslaved and so forth, and so we're kind of working on it. I think you saw me hint at it in the Discord, but I'm kind of waiting for more feedback from him because I don't want to take away. And so Reiner did a lot of very creative work coming up with some icons and picking out icons and so forth for the cities, and I greatly appreciate it. Really made that part of the world where it was just nothing but a blank piece of land come to life, and has a character emerge from it. So all that stuff is really, really awesome. Guys, I had a terrific time. I didn't think, I'm glad you were able to make it, Kevin. I thought I was this close to canceling this last night. The dynamic of 3 at the table, I've done it. It just,
Yeah, it was my apologies
just-
for not having
No,
that
I don't.
up.
I get it. I'm not zinging you. I'm just saying that the dynamic of 3, it just doesn't work. It's really, for me, it doesn't work. I mean, having the 4, where the 2 of you are interacting and the 2 of you are interacting and you go in different places, it's just a different dynamic. 6, I know, can be a lot sometimes, but I go with 6 because I know that real life gets a vote. If Ryan's out or Joe is out, but 4 is a good dynamic. I get it. 6 is sometimes, challenging for everybody to have a moment to shine, but it's a number that works well because when I've done this with 4, if 2 people are out, it's just not a dynamic I like. But that's me. Every DM is different. Guys, I had a great time. Thank you very, very much. Oi, thank you for watching Seven-Sided Eyes, Fear the Dark, Shadowdark, Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Did this thing freeze on me? Yes, it did. Wow, we gotta thank Sirenscape for the use of their audio sound. Oh, no, there it goes. For their audio sound effects. That's www.syrinscape.com. Thank you, artist Silky Noir, for the terrific character art. She did, in the past 2 weeks, she did the character art for Artasha. Artasha, I was doing it well all night tonight, and then I screwed it up. Artasha, she did the character art this past week also for the Baron. I think he might be a recurring character, so I asked him. At least for the time being, until Woodpecker decides he wants to kill her with the doctor. Kill him with the doctor, or try to anyway. Thank you for all that terrific character art. Please patronize, please comment in the Twitch chat room, on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, and on YouTube. While we, look, we're frozen again. While we do this strictly for fun, please let us know how we might improve the stream. Lastly, please follow on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Kick, and all of them. Please like and subscribe. Always remember, in the Fear the Dark campaign, the journey is the destination. And with the bells ringing in the background of Pumpkin running all over the place, we will continue the journey in 2 weeks. So for now, thank you for watching. Roll a 7-sided die and have a good night.
Ladies and Dungeons and Dragons!